Radio Play Comics is meant to adapt the stories mostly of great unadapted old and forgotten comics from the past. I use voice acting and narration to abridge the work as much as possible without lessening its impact, and to bring these stories to life the best way I can. Please enjoy. Hi, I'm Nick, and welcome to the Fusion Space for today's episode of Radio Play Comics, Batman No Man's Land, Part 3, the conclusion of the No Man's Land event. For those for whom it's been a while, here's a quick recap of Parts 1 and 2. Following a huge earthquake, Gotham was declared a federal no man's land, and many stayed behind to fight over what remained. Jim Gordon and the GCPD became the Blue Boys, and had started taking back the city from the South End, fighting back the street gangs. A new Batgirl, secretly the Huntress, had begun tagging and claiming territory as well, aided by Batman once he returned, 3 months into No Man's Land. They have taken neighborhoods from villains such as Scarface and Black Mask, while the Penguin rules his district from a marketplace, and Batman has forced him into a deal of information for protection. Jim Gordon felt that Batman had betrayed him and Gotham City by vanishing for 3 months following the government's edict, while Gotham fell into its own dark age, and he had warned him through Batgirl to stay away, preferring to be self-reliant. Huntress, as Batgirl, eventually failed Batman though, failed to be able to follow his path, leading to the deaths of some of their soldiers to Two-Face, after which Huntress gave up the mask and assumed her old identity. In the meantime, Gordon had forged a secret alliance with Two-Face, and he had provided the GCPD with territory, slaughtering all who held it and leaving the Blue Boys tag. But Two-Face has already sent one killer after Gordon as well. Batman stopped the assassin David Kane, with the help of his estranged and silent daughter Cassandra Kane, who only speaks the language of violence, and whom Batman then adopted as the new Batgirl. In the final issue of Part 1, Batman showed up at Jim's house to talk, and was punched in the face for his trouble. Batman told Jim that Two-Face wasn't an ally he could trust, and disappeared into the night once again. Jim said that apparently Batman wasn't either. Part 2 began with Batman and Robin entering Robinson Park and freeing Poison Ivy and the orphan she cared for from Clayface, who was forcing them to grow food which he sold. Ivy grew plants inside Clayface and used up his nutrients, then made a deal with Batman to supply sustainable food from the land in exchange for being left alone. Batman then rescued a Robin Hood figure called the King of Gotham City, who had greatly improved the standard of living for the vulnerable and needy before being kidnapped by Killer Croc and challenged for his title. Batman proved he was still the King of Gotham by dropping Croc 4 floors off a parking garage and bringing the King back to his people. Batman gave Nightwing, Catwoman, and Batgirl all missions to complete, which they did. Nightwing freed Blackgate Prison from the supervillain lockup and the Blue Boys took it over. Catwoman stole some discs Batman said he needed for Gotham's future for him. And Batgirl defended a gas station owner through a difficult long night and saved lives by earning enough gas to run the generators in Leslie Tompkins' medical unit, where Leslie had taken in the killer Zsasz. Leslie stood up for her belief in pacifism, even in the face of Zsasz's threat, and in the end was saved by Killer Croc exacting revenge on Zsasz before he was recaptured by Batman. Leslie reminded Bruce about their deal, that he would keep working towards peace in Gotham City, and she'd keep working towards peace in his heart. However, during that same time, Bane had made his entrance into Gotham City by explosive means, working for his secret employer. He destroyed the Gotham Hall of Records and set the whole city after Two-Face as a distraction. Batman and Robin chose to save Harvey from execution rather than stop Bane. Batman also stopped a traitor who was selling people a way out, but he was really just tossing them down a dark hole to starve. He freed the victims and saw the guilty punished, then had a nice visit with Superman in the disguise of Clark Kent, who had just dropped by to make sure Batman was taking care of himself. The final act of Part 2 saw Two-Face kidnap Jim Gordon and put him on trial for betraying their agreement, but ultimately Two-Face would defeat himself in court when Gordon asked Harvey Dent to defend him, and he poked holes in his own logic and proved Gordon's innocence out of his longtime love for the law. Harvey was taken away, while at the same time Batman and his allies had freed Sarah Gordon and the Blue Boys from the rest of Harvey's gang, and Jim finally agreed to talk to Batman. The last issue featured Batman and Jim talking out their issues of trust and respect, and repairing their long partnership and friendship. Batman actually unmasked before Jim as a sign of his trust, but Gordon turned away and refused to look, saying the gesture was enough. So all the good guys are finally on the same side again as we enter the endgame of Part 3, and they're going to need to be. Because no man's land is one long night that will get darkest just before the dawn. Let's begin. The Lizard King. Killer Croc rants to his gang about his plans to take over Gotham while having a suit tailored in a stately yet crumbling edifice. He says he used to run this town until Bane and the cops chased him into the sewers, and he's never going back there again. Robin recovers in a backup Batcave under Alfred's care, having caught a bug during his battle in the sewers against Ratcatcher and Mr. Freeze. I have to call my dad. I have to tell him something. But what? And how do I explain I can't come home now? I hate this. I wish I could tell him the truth. But you can't, Timothy. I know that. If only this were just my secret. But I'd expose everyone if Dad knew. He'd figure it all out. I'm very sorry. So am I. I know he's hurting. At home, Jack Drake anxiously watches the phone. Tim will call. I know he will. I hope to God you're right, Dana. Croc lynches a gang leader in the streets and calls to the neighborhood that they belong to him now, and he has plenty of rope for any who resist. He demands any valuables be brought to him, then tells his gang to dig in and fortify, and from there they'll head into the theater district. The cops, the Bat, Two-Face, they all underestimated me. They're all gonna pay. Robin calls Nightwing at Oracle's clock tower, who is recovering from his own injuries sustained during the freeing of Blackgate Prison. So what are you going to do? I don't know. I really hate this lying. How do I tell my dad I just dropped off the face of the earth for 2 weeks? I don't know what he's gonna do when I tell him, Dick. Yell like he's never yelled before? I mean after that. Last time he moved it to Keystone City. This time he'll probably lock me in the basement. How are you feeling? Better. But Alfred's not letting me out. Same here. Barbara's enjoying playing nurse. I heard that. Dick looks like he fell through a shredder, Robin. He's cut and bruised from head to toe. So I got off easy with a virus? He's got that, too. He's still spiking fevers, and all he does is complain. Ooh, soup's too hot, Mommy. He's the world's worst patient. She's lying, Boy Wonder. She's mean, and she hogs the remote. You are such a liar, Grayson. You better hope I didn't drop sedatives in that soup. I love you too, Babsy. Hey, this is fun, but I gotta go. Robin out. Meanwhile, Killer Croc continues taking over the streets, now with an armed motorcade being pulled by several men with ropes. A small child gives Croc a toy crocodile, giving up his valuables as ordered. You take care of the doll, kid. Robin watches from on high. It's Killer Croc. He's making a move on South Grand. Not sure what this is all about. Looks like he's taking everything that's not nailed down. Please use caution, sir. That murderous crocodilian is beyond your abilities. I'll contact the master at Nightwing to deal with him. Nightwing's in a bad way. But don't worry, I'm only here to observe. I have no intention of tangling with Mr. Lizard. But just then, Robin is discovered. Hey! Oop! Robin dives to avoid the guard's shots. Was that gunfire? Are you in danger? Tell you later. He throws a pair of batarangs, hitting their heads and guns. Robin rushes in with his staff and a jump kick. Before plowing the guards into the wall and finishing them off with the staff. Problem solved. I suggest you vacate your current locale. My thoughts exactly. A third guard takes Robin down with a board to the head. Sir? Is there some interference, sir? Sir? Robin? Oh, dear. A kid runs toward the Blue Boys, guarding a barricade of cars. Hold it right there, kid. You got a reason to be in Copland? Message for Gordon from the Penguin. The commissioner's busy. Give me your message. This better not be one of the little bird's dirty tricks. Killer Croc's making a move. He's coming down Grand toward Pingy's turf. The Penguin says if he falls, you're next. He wants some guns sent his way. Later, the Penguin watches with binoculars.
That adult amphibian is crossing Biddle Square. He's heading this way.
The combined forces of Penguin and the ex-cops guard a makeshift wall of broken appliances and filing cabinets.
He takes my district and he cuts the island in half. That's bad for business. It's bad for everybody, Cobblepot.
Croc is crazy.
We'll send him packing. A few loads of buckshot and he'll turn tail. I hope you're right, cop. Whether you like it or not, you need me in my organization. Don't make more of this than there is. We're here because Croc's just a little worse than you. How comforting, Bullock.
Croc's forces approach them.
By the way, nice to have you back, Montoya.
Don't get all mushy on me, Harv.
Uh-oh, this is a problem.
Killer Croc boasts from atop his modern chariot, now with Robin tied to the hood.
It's all mine, Penguin. Stand in my way and I'll see you all in the morgue. The morgue!
Last stand on Grand Avenue.
Take your best shot, but you blast me and you blast the boy hostage here.
Boy hostage. That bites. I'm too sick and too tired and too hacked off to be scared of Killer Croc anymore.
I'm driving south, and you can't stop me, Cobblepot. Ramming speed.
Croc's car is rolled towards the barrier.
Aim for the crazed crocodilian, boys. He buys it, and the fight goes out of all of them.
Harvey aims his gun at Penguin's head.
Let's rethink that strategy, Oz. Careful with that cannon, Bullock.
Unwilling to fire, the Blue Boys throw gas grenades at Croc's small army. Croc himself is undeterred, but his men begin to hack and cough. The car crashes into the blockade. Croc leaps from the hood and rushes into the ex-cops. Alfred sneaks up to Robin in a gas mask and quickly cuts him free. Is that you, Alfred? Certainly, sir. But my acting career did not extend to playing action heroes. So if you would please cooperate, we can limit this drama to a single act. I suggest we make a hasty retreat. Alfred aims a large weapon. You don't plan on using that scattergun, do you? It is loaded with rubber pellets, just enough to make its presence felt. Croc charges at Penguin.
You hired some real muffins, Cobblepot.
Just enough to slow you down, my dear Croc. Oswald fires into his scaly chest.
That shirt was Egyptian cotton, you bird-brained son of a...
It appears we are between the proverbial rock and a hard place, sir. I've been there since I got back to Gotham. Stay low. While dodging bullets, Robin hurls a batarang and hits two gunmen in the head. Croc grabs Penguin by the collar.
Your turf is mine, Penguin. Where do you want to be buried? Better men than you have tried, Croc. Much better.
Harvey Bullock shoots him.
Careful, you stupid cop.
Harvey tackles the big reptilian and hits him with his gun.
Stay down, Croc.
I'm covering him, Harv.
Hear that, swamp breath? Blink and the pretty lady puts a rifled slug in your ugly head.
He begins tying Croc's hands behind his back. Penguin and Gordon's forces fire from the barricade in a line, trench warfare revived for the modern era.
That's it, boys. We have 'em routed. They'll think twice before coming down Grand Avenue again. You give me a pain.
Croc breaks free and rushes Penguin, taking his gun.
This suit was silken wool. Now look at it. You clowns are gonna pay, in pain, in blood, and the bill is due.
Suddenly, 3 batarangs stick in his arm.
Huh?
Robin leaps in, kicking Croc into a car. You have to work on your patter, Croc. You've been watching too much Tucker, Texas Rider. Read a book, okay? He smacks Croc in the face with his staff.
You little...
then vaults over him onto the car when he charges. Have to catch me first, Ugly.
Roar!
Robin ducks into the car, then grabs the wires behind the dashboard. Gonna have to be quick. One slip, one misstep, and Croc has me for lunch. He wraps Croc's hands with it when he reaches in after him. I can't beat him in a straight-up fight. Robin lashes Croc's hands tightly to the car's steering wheel.
Brett!
And gets out on the other side. But a battle of wits?
Brett.
The edge is mine. But that's all I've got. Robin sits down on the curb.
Man.
That was amazing. Thanks. Croc lifts the car off its block.
I'll kill you, you. Watch it, kid.
But drops it onto his foot.
Go. Ah!
The Penguin congratulates Robin with a glamorous woman on his arm.
Name it, and it's yours. An ice cold zesty? A cheeseburger with the works? Maybe the lovely Tamra here? Get away from him, you dirty bird. Ah!
Yeah, 20 minutes ago you were willing to put a load of buckshot in him.
You got a place to go, kid?
Batman's still got a few hangouts left. You saved our lives, Robin. I had help. I'd better go. You guys take care.
We'll do that.
Were you as tough as that, Harvey?
You mean when I was his age? No.
I'd rather face Killer Croc again than deal with what I have to do next. But this has to be done. If something happens to me, he needs to know. Tim calls his father on a cell phone. Mr. Drake, it's Timothy.
Tim, where are you? Where have you been? Are you...
You won't like this, Dad. I'm in Gotham. In the city. In the restricted zone.
Are you crazy? How in hell did you manage that stunt? What possessed you? How did you get in there?
An old service tunnel. Some kids dared me and...
You get back home. You come back home right now, or I swear...
I can't, Dad. Not yet. The way out is blocked. But I'm all right. I'm safe.
When you get out of there and you're back home, there will be hell to pay, Tim. There will be some permanent and drastic changes here.
They hang up. I think I really messed up this time, Alfred. I do not envy you your predicament, Timothy. And, at the risk of sounding patronizing, perhaps things will look better in the morning. I am beat. These things sometimes have a way of sorting themselves out. Tim goes to sleep. Although in this instance, I fail to see how that is possible. But who can you call, Jack? And at this hour?
Damn it, Dana, I'm a taxpayer. And more than that, I contribute heavily to the politicians in this state. And if a few of them have to drag their butts out of bed to save my son, and that's the way it has to be. What choice do I have? He's my boy. He's my boy.
Jack Drake makes a momentous phone call.
Tim, you have to wake up, Tim.
Who was that? Huh? Bruce!
There's a problem, Tim.
I'll get my boots on and...
Not that kind of problem.
Well, what is it?
It's better if you see it.
Batman brings Robin to the monitor bank.
Is it still on, Alfred?
On every station, sir. The plight of the innocent young son of a wealthy Gotham citizen trapped in no man's land is indeed on every channel. And still nothing is known of the Gotham Heights youngster. Left to wonder, where is Timothy Drake?
Everything within our power to see an end to this tragedy.
A petition drive to find the lost boy and return him to...
All I know is that he's somewhere in that city, and that, as his father, I have...
Enforcement officials are uncertain on how to proceed. Oh, my God! The world around the corner. Oh, no. No. I'm on every channel. Your father's pulled a few strings. Rather firmly, I might add. What am I gonna do? I didn't mean for this to happen. I had to tell him something, and... It's okay, Tim. This may be what we've prayed for. Huh? This could force the government to expedite their policy on Gotham. Politicians are like cattle in a thunderstorm. They're already running for cover. All over me? Not sure I like that. Some of us have greatness thrust upon them, Timothy. Man, I don't like where this is going. I am not backing away from my previous position vis-a-vis Gotham City. I'm only saying that, in light of the Timothy Drake revelations... Jack Drake calls Tim's phone as a team of federal agents bustle around his study, setting up a base of operations. What? You're doing what? You want what?
A rescue, Tim. Federal agents are prepared to come into Gotham to get you.
Really?
One of them wants to speak to you.
Wait.
Is this Timothy Drake?
Yes, sir.
Whereabouts in the city are you, son?
Batman points on a map.
Old Gotham. I'm in a brownstone south of Albemarle.
Can you get to Grand Park Plaza?
Yeah, I guess so.
We want you there tomorrow evening at 7.
Why?
An extraction, son. I need a recognition factor.
Huh?
Something to know you by.
Alfred holds up a jacket.
A red jacket. I'll be wearing a red jacket.
Outstanding, son. Don't get there any earlier than 7. No need to draw attention to yourself, right?
Yes, sir.
Your father has a few words. Tim, do what the man says. Don't do anything stupid. Well, no more stupid than you've already done.
Yes, Dad.
And understand this, Tim. I love you. And I'll be a nervous wreck until you're home safe. But when you get home, there is some serious hell to pay.
Yes, Dad.
Godspeed, son. Come back to us.
I will, Dad. I promise.
Tim hangs up.
Looks like I'm going home.
Grant Park. It's still a free fire zone. You'll need help. A guardian angel.
You?
Events are moving quickly now. I can't be spared. But someone else will watch your back.
Batgirl. Sure, I guess. She's my guardian angel? To tell you the truth, she kind of gives me the creeps. And in this crowd, that's saying something.
Did you get that? 7 o'clock tomorrow night. Grant Park.
Okay then. Meet you on the street, right?
Batgirl leaps down to join them.
Great. Seems like a no-brainer. Why do I have the feeling that everything is about to hit the fan?
The news reports on the mission to rescue Tim Drake, and the gang decides it's a prime opportunity to attack the rescue team and take whatever weapons and equipment they have.
We're good to go. I change into civvies and I'm out of this madhouse. Would you mind? I'm happy to be leaving Gotham, but I think I'm just going to be glad to get away from her.
Robin changes into his Tim Drake clothes and gives Batgirl his costume in a backpack.
Let's get this over with. You keep the costume safe, okay? Don't know why I'm bothering to cover my face. It's not like it isn't on every TV in the Batcave. The helicopter. I was right.
A military helicopter flies over the water towards Gotham.
This should go smoothly. All I have to do is act the part. You better get out of sight. They might have brought cameras along.
Tim walks down the park path alone.
I feel like I have a target on my back. This is going to be a long couple of minutes.
Tim sees the chopper overhead.
Why does this bother me so much? Am I starting to become like Bruce? Not comfortable with any operation outside of my control? But Batgirl and I covered this. The landing zone's clean. There's no one for blocks around.
The gang members move into position to strike.
I gotta relax and let the marshals handle this.
A soldier drops down from the chopper on a line. I'm guessing you're Timothy Drake?
Good guess.
We'll have you out of here inside of a minute. He wraps the line around Tim. Relax, it'll be like an amusement park ride.
Sure. Not much acting involved. Even Robin would be squarely in this situation.
Gang members with guns rush out from the trees.
Look!
Trap 1 to Sky Chief, you got a visual on this? They open fire on the helicopter.
Get the kid hooked, Trap 1. We're taking fire. Cool. This landing zone is white hot.
Secure the kid and we'll dust off, Trap. We're not gonna have time to winch you in. Get set for the ride of your life.
Uh-huh.
The soldier fires back, dropping the attackers.
Ah! Wow!
Rubber bullets, Tim. This is a mercy mission.
It's turning towards chaos, and I'm in the middle playing frightened kid.
Trap 1, enough of these losers get hold of that rescue cable and we could lose lift.
Batgirl leaps out, landing in the battlefield, and begins taking down more of the gang members.
I'm used to being in the action, and I like that a lot better.
Tim grabs the soldier's gun.
No!
Huh?
She's helping us!
Take us up!
Up!
Batgirl grabs the rope as the chopper lifts Tim and the soldier into the air.
The hardest part is letting everyone else do the dangerous stuff, while I play the stupid, terrified kid in over his head. I'm starting to see how this new Batgirl got her job.
He fires as they are flown away.
Batgirl? What's she?
Trap, we're only authorized for one extraction.
But she's one of the good guys.
Sorry, son.
No! Gotta play this till the final curtain.
Batgirl pirouettes off the rope, flipping to a perfect landing on a roof below.
Like I had something to worry about. Dick would have been proud of that move.
Come on in, kid. Safe and sound.
We got him, Sky Chief.
Man,
You okay, Tim? You look sick.
I am sick. What's my dad gonna do when I get home? I'm probably grounded into retirement. And that was no act.
Batgirl watches a helicopter fly Tim away. The end. The rules.
Stupid, stupid, stupid! Doing a favor for the bat! I must have bats in my belfry. Look where it's got me. Shot and in the river. How did I let something like this happen to me? By listening to the damn bat. He dares me to meet him in what remains of Gotham to say,
I had need of a thief. There are some computer disks that contain vital data for restoring Gotham. They're in Manhattan. Meet me back here in 72 hours with the disks.
the discs were being guarded by a security group with TK abilities calling themselves Hard Cases Inc., ex-military types. I gave them a little war to fight while I stole the discs. And then, just because I never do exactly as I'm told, I auctioned off the discs. Well, a copy anyway. I thought I found a taker. But she didn't play fair. If I hadn't been suspicious at the last moment and turned my head, I'd be blind right now. Ah! That really hacks me off. I thought, even blinded, I could take care of this lying witch. Okay, so I was wrong. Really, really wrong. I don't know when I've been hit that hard. If I hadn't left a trail for the hard cases to follow, I might have wound up really, really dead. She chopped them up pretty good, too. Who is this broad? I didn't want to play anymore. I just wanted to go off and lick my wounds. And she wouldn't even let me do that. She shot me. Ah! If I hadn't been twisting, she would have killed me. I hate her.
Catwoman feels woozy in the water, and the city lights in the distance spark her memory. She remembers her origin as a child, picking pockets at a carnival, when the carnival owner and resident daredevil Del Halpern finds her and takes her in, assuring her latest victim that she will face justice. Instead, he sees the potential in her and offers young Selina a place to live and learn, asking her to come and learn the trade of an entertainer and a thief at the same time.
Best school, the circus. I seem to fit right in. Already knew a little gymnastics, but the contortionist taught me how to really move my body. The magician taught me sleight of hand and how to keep my fingers nimble. Ex-circus people taught me how to walk the wire and then dance on it. And I made Del proud. Del had a variety of routines. Gags, he called them. Some more lunatic than the rest.
Del smashes through a brick wall tied to the hood of a car.
I once asked him the trick behind it, and he said, heal fast. Sometimes you don't heal at all. You hit the wall wrong, Del. They told me your back was crushed. They told me your brain was swelling. They told me you were going to die.
Selina kneels at Del's bedside.
They're lying. I saw you get up. You went ta-da to the rubes. Same as always. How can you be dying?
Them's the rules, kitten. Never let 'em see you cry. Never let 'em see you hurt. Never.
2 days later, Del was dead. The next time the carny hit Gotham, I went back to the city. Never let 'em see you cry. Never let 'em see you hurt. Never. That's part of the rule. Never quit. Never let them see you're afraid. Above all, never let them see you're hurt. Never let them see you cry. Never.
In the present, Catwoman floats to the dock and climbs up onto it.
Fallback hole. Had them littered around the city back when I was running for mayor. Figured the hotel is compromised. Figured a boys to rat me out.
Selina treats and bandages her wound.
Have to be back in Gotham in a few hours. Told the bat.
She suits up once again.
Take the discs. Get to Gotham. Show 'em nothing. Do what you set out to do. Can't be too subtle about getting in this time.
Selina waits under the blown bridge into town.
Blocked. Blocked here. Blocked there. Military in the way. Jerks. Never mind. Make them work for you. Get it done.
Catwoman sneaks into a base and commandeers a military helicopter to take her into Gotham by threatening the pilot. As he takes off, the leader of Hard Cases Inc. is on Catwoman's tail, securing his own transport through official channels. The pilot tells Catwoman he'd rather explain a crash than explain being hijacked, and proceeds to drive the chopper into the dirt once over No Man's Land. Catwoman escapes the wreckage, though, and prepares to scamper away with the disc, when the leader of Hard Cases Inc. catches up to her.
You're mine, Catwoman. Keep running if it'll make you feel better. Fight if you're up to it. But you're coming with me, one way or another. No, she's not. Turn around and get back in your helicopter.
Azrael appears, revealing himself as her backup, and he fights her attacker while Selina escapes.
Azrael? I wonder how long he's been following me. Guess he was watching out for a fellow Gothamite. Yes, that's it. The city takes care of its own. We're very alike, my city and me. They kick you, they knock you down, you get up with a chip on your shoulder. Never beg. Take it for all you can get. Get the job done. Never quit. Never let them see you're afraid. Never let them know you're hurt. Never let them see you cry. Never. I make it to the cathedral on time, and he's already there ahead of me. Blasted bat. Straighten up, girl. Don't let him see how you feel. Put him on the defensive. That tunnel you said was clear? Wasn't.
I know. It collapsed after you left. That's how it is here. Things shift from moment to moment. Catwoman hands Batman the computer disk.
This what you wanted?
If you say it is. Thanks.
Getting woozy. I know he's talking, but I can't make out what he's saying. Get out of here. See you around, big guy.
I hope not, for both our sakes. Take care of yourself.
He knows. Get back in his face, under his skin. I plan to do that, sweetie, and take whatever strikes my fancy besides.
Don't start. This is my city.
Then I'll just have to steal from you.
I'm serious. Live here, that's fine. But if you steal in Gotham, I'm going to put you down. Selina poses for him, her arms above her head in mock surrender.
Good. Come and chase me, Batman.
Batman grins. Count on it. Azrael stumbles into Leslie Tompkins' clinic, whom he has been helping out since deciding to stick around in No Man's Land after he and Batgirl caught Nicholas Scratch and ended his threat to Gotham. He has also dragged along the leader of Hard Cases Inc. to ensure that he gets medical attention as well. Azrael's strength as well as his mercy prove that he has earned his title of Agent of the Bat. His comic also covered these events from his perspective. Have a look at this guy.
Catwoman.
Give it up. She's gone, and whatever it is she was carrying, it's been delivered.
Then I failed. Catwoman's got off scot-free.
It's cold even here in the rising sunlight. It's cold, but I'm sweating. Must be fever. Filthy river must have polluted the wound. Feels so bad. Keep to the rules. Rules keep you safe. Never let them see you hurt. Never let them see you cry. Never.
Selina passes out on a rooftop. To be continued.
Need an antenna.
Oh, I got an idea.
That's right. Keep it open and don't move.
End of Ends Land and See Tonight and Harley fits a funnel into a man's mouth.
Good thing he's got all those fillings, huh, Mr. J?
Or sessions that... Honey, please, I'm trying to watch the news here. He is holding a TV at arm's length while balancing on one foot.
Negotiations that may signal relief to the remaining citizens of Gotham City.
Yes, your mother was a lovely woman. Just a little longer.
Seen by many to be a disaster of American domestic policy. The No Man's Land has been called everything from barbaric to simply unconstitutional.
She's funny. Assembly redo. The Joker sits in a recliner, toying with a circular saw blade.
Now entering 300th day. Those opponents of the decision seem to have without voice.
Steady there, Rupert.
Word from the Hill tonight of intensive closed-door negotiations. The President is expected to make a statement to the press within the hour. This is Shira Tucker, WGNY-TV, live at the Capitol.
Well, that was nice. Who wants to watch Frasier?
Me.
I love shows about psychiatry, and that guy who plays the doc... The TV falls, breaking on the ground. Well, accidents happen, I suppose. Joker throws the saw blade into Rupert's head. Whoops! Slipped.
It's starting. Been following all day. With me now is Lucius Fox. Finally. CEO of Wayne Enterprises and a vocal opponent of the government's policy in Gotham City. Mr. Fox, could you explain what's happened here today? Maybe.
Progress, Shira, but getting the NML law revoked will require an executive order, and it's unclear if that'll be forthcoming. I've no other comment at this time.
Thank you, Mr. Fox. There might really be a light at the end of the tunnel. Let's hope it's not an oncoming train.
Batman appears in Oracle's clock tower.
It worked?
The bait was taken. Batman hands Barbara the disc he got from Catwoman. We have proof of who really owns Gotham.
Catwoman finds out how you used her. There'll be hell to pay.
She loads it into her computer. She'll get over it. She's a big girl. We've more important things to worry about. Let's see it.
Almost 300 tons of building material have been moved into Bloodhaven, stored along the waterfront. Add to that the 150 tons Penguin claimed were already here. I've traced everything back as far as I can. Nothing but dummy company after dummy company.
It fits. I want you to hack the State Bureau of Land Management. Watch the records. Someone's getting ready to rebuild Gotham.
Yes, and I know who. Remember when you had me track our mysterious lady who had been meeting with Penguin? I know who she is. Got a shot of her right here. Her name is...
I know her name. Good job, Oracle. The woman on the screen is at that moment chewing out the Penguin when he tells her there's a slight complication, that being that Batman knows about her building supplies in Gotham. Furious, she tells him her employer dislikes incompetence. He apologizes and offers to provide her with security, but she says she has that covered, just as Bane enters the room and joins her. Want to talk about this now, Sarah?
You went behind my back, Jim. You went behind all our backs. And frankly, what you did to Renee Montoya is unconscionable.
What I did? Two-Face held her captive, not me.
As a result of an alliance you had made with him. An alliance you never should have made in the first place.
I know.
Then why did you do it?
I thought I could use him on my terms. I discovered I was wrong. One of my many mistakes this past year. I'm tired, Sarah. I'm so tired. Sarah sits down on the bed next to Jim.
Oh.
Petite and his strong men march to the courthouse where Two-Face is being held. Watch yourselves, men. Anderson, take the second squad around back. Watch the flank. We get the lunatic and we get out. Understood? Montoya and the Blue Boy guards stop them on the steps.
Stop! This location is secure, Petite. We don't need your kind of help.
Well, if it isn't Renee Montoya, another of Gordon's victims. We're here for the lunatic. Bring him out, and no one will get hurt. Bring out Two-Face.
He's in custody. He's staying here.
Custody? How can you have custody when you don't even have law? We're here to make sure that monster doesn't take any more lives. Ever.
I can't let you do that, Petite.
Fine, then we'll take him. You get in our way, you'll be shot. Squad? Batman swings down into Petite's men, kicking one aside. This is Blue Boy territory. Bat territory. Get out. We're here to do what you won't. There will be no executions, Petite. Two-Face remains here. It's a mistake to leave him alive. You and Gordon, you coddle the madmen. You try to save them. There's only one cure for their kind of disease. Wrong. We'll see. When Two-Face kills another dozen, when Joker finally cuts loose and kills another 100, we'll see who's in the right, and who is still alive. Petite leads the strong men away. Huntress. Still looking for approval? Huntress follows the leader she's chosen. Batman arrives on Gordon's roof. Am I late? Right on time. I brought a map. Good. I brought some company. Azrael and Batgirl join them. I think you know them. Sure. We have news, Jim.
Apparently the No Man's Land might be revoked any day now.
What? Why?
It's political and financial.
NML's been a PR flop. Now it looks like someone's willing to start spreading some cash around to fix things.
A lot of cash. We're talking billions of dollars.
True, but the money is there. It's a question of encouraging the right people to spend it.
Petite's got 10 square blocks by the park. Penguin's still holding on near the harbor and Blackgate.
Nightwing's taking care of Blackgate.
The rest is held by your people. But for this, we think that's where the Joker is. We don't know. If it is Joker, he's being awfully quiet.
Not quiet. Patient. He's waiting for me. For my attention.
What you're about to give him?
No. Azrael, Batgirl, head north and evacuate our territory. Get everyone down here to the Blue Boys.
What? That's over 1,000 people.
Joker will go for the innocents first, trying to draw me out. Don't let him.
And what will you do?
I'll wait.
Waiting for?
Me, pick me.
Yes, Winston?
But I know, pick me.
Batman?
Right. And when Batman isn't kind enough to come to me, then what do we do?
Pick me, I know, me. Ow!
Joker kicks Harley to quiet her.
Anytime, Winston. You can do it.
You go after him.
You think you should be giving the orders here? Is that what you think, Winston?
No. That's not it. I swear, I was just answering. He shoots Winston.
Smart Alec?
Anybody else think they're a smart aleck?
Didn't think so.
I think I have a plan. A plan for a bat, at that. Hey, poetry. Bats won't come to us, so we'll go to him. Harley,
Mr. J?
pack a picnic basket. We're going to have a weenie roast in Bat Town.
The Mystery Woman and Bane prepare to greet helicopters inbound to Gotham. Robin tracks them while Oracle tracks the 4 choppers, which have been given special permission to enter by the National Guard itself. The Penguin directs his men, who are clearing away rocks at the landing site.
On a schedule here, fellows. Let's shake a leg.
Cobblepot, what are you doing here?
Darling, just lending a hand. Hoping to meet the employer fortunate enough to have you.
Don't suppose you'd consider working for me?
I can offer you many perks.
She pulls a gun on him.
Get your men out of here right now, or I'll kill you.
You're perfect, you know that? Change of plans, my friends. The lady has asked us to leave.
Penguin and his men exit the park. A WGBS news chopper lands with the other 3, which are unmarked. The woman puts on a cap and removes her coat, preparing to greet her mysterious employer. Lex Luthor exits the lead helicopter.
Mercy, ready to rebuild Gotham?
Yes, sir.
Lex!
Mr. Luthor, has the government
LexCorp's plans
of dollars to...
Batman glowers at his arrival from the trees.
Then let's get started.
Evacuation. Joker will go for the innocents first, trying to draw me out. Don't let him.
And what will you do?
I'll wait.
We'll report back when we're finished.
Azrael and Batgirl walk away.
Well, we've got our marching orders. All we have to do is get hundreds of people out of the Joker's area before Batman and company charge in there. That's all. How do you evacuate hundreds of people? Just go into the street and start yelling, I guess. Only, you don't yell, do you, Batgirl? You don't say anything except stop, which is a perfectly good word, and even useful in all kinds of situations. But a mass evacuation isn't one of them. I'm babbling. So what's your plan, if you don't mind my asking?
Batgirl performs martial arts as her answer, throwing a chop, a high kick, a spinning back fist, and a roundhouse kick, all stopping just short of Jean's face. So you'll come along to watch my back, protect me if the odds get too long. Okay, good. Let's get going.
telling me he sent Batgirl to do battle with the Joker? How smart was that?
She's highly trained and completely competent, Barbara. She trained that at the gas station. And Azrael will be with her.
But she's so young.
As young as you were once.
You're right. She is trained, competent, and tough as last week's bagel besides. She'll be fine.
Any news from the world outside No Man's Land?
I can't pick up regular newscasts, but I've snatched a few satellite bounces. And guess what? To quote Miss Sally Field, they like us. They really, really like us.
Got back from Gotham, and now I know that the Red Cross isn't the only group that wants my blood. But seriously, folks, how about what's going on there in No Man's Land? Public opinion seems to be turning, helped considerably by the stories of a gallant band of citizens that have begun to leak out to the mainland.
They're fighting against tremendous odds, and they're winning. There are only a few, some police and some regular people. Don't forget the others, the ones in the costumes.
A splendid inspiration to us all. Nice to be appreciated, but none of it will mean a thing if we blow the next couple of days.
The assault on the Joker. I wonder if he has any idea of what we're planning.
Of course I know that Batty and the Blue Boys are up to something. When aren't they? They're always so darn active. I hate that in a person. I really do. Do you suppose all they need is a good cuddle?
Mr. J, excuse me, but Ozzy here has something he wants to ask you.
Well, what's on your mind, apart from your hair?
Sir, I noticed you've been dressing folks up to look like you.
Not folks, you ninny. Victims.
Anyway, I was wondering if I could dress up like you too. And not just the face like all of your helpers, but the purple suit too. 'Cause you always been my idol. My psychiatrist said that was unhealthy. So I shot him.
Ah, wherever did you find this little treasure? Harley blows a kiss to say, my gift to you. Azrael and Batgirl move along everyone they see, warning people of the coming battle and directing them to the evacuation zone in Blue Boy's turf at the south end of the city. As they leave a group using a burning barrel for warmth, they investigate an inhabited card shop. Inside are a group shepherding lost children, taking care of them just because it's the right thing to do. They agree to seek shelter with the Blue Boys, but one sleeping girl is accidentally left behind as they leave. Eventually, Azrael and Batgirl find a building inhabited not by citizens, but by thugs, some of which are dressed as the Joker.
A couple of masks. The boss said masks might be around, and he told us what to do with them.
He sure did. Sick 'em. Hurt their faces. Bash 'em in the teeth.
I guess this was inevitable. Take them hard and fast, and whatever you do, don't tangle with the Joker. I trust you to handle anything human, but he doesn't qualify. The goons charge at them, and Azrael leaps into the air, kicking one and punching another.
Come on, guys. You'll have to do better than that. Huh?
Batgirl takes down another one with a kick to the face.
Arr.
The leader directs another at Azrael. He raises his sickle, but Jean kicks him down before he can strike.
They're getting creamed. I ought to help.
As Azrael elbows another thug, the leader raises a shovel behind him. Batgirl jumps in and intercepts him.
Batgirl, no! I told you not to—
Stop!
Batgirl kicks his weapon away, then socks him in the gut and kicks him in the head. Azrael kneels over the unconscious Joker. Doesn't look so dangerous now, does he? But what next? Batman didn't tell us what to do if we accomplished what every policeman in the world would... Wait a minute. He checks the makeup on his face, and the white coloring comes away. This isn't him. This isn't the Joker. But when he wakes up, he'll wish he were the Joker. Because the real Joker wasn't here to get clobbered by you. I hope you never decide to hit me. Jean Paul grins at Batgirl. I was kidding, but I'm not very good at it. Let's go. We've still got a lot of work to do. The group from the card shop arrives at Leslie's clinic in the safe zone, only to realize they're missing one girl. Azrael and Batgirl are heading back near dawn, their rounds complete, when they hear a group of voices. Joker and Harley have come across the missing girl.
Will you look at that? Isn't she darling? Isn't she precious? Isn't she the cutest thing? I didn't know you had paternal feelings, Mr. J.
Well, of course I do. Come to Uncle Joker Woker, my sweetums. Do you know what I'm going to call you? Bet you can't guess. Give up? All right. I'll tell you 'cause I love my precious wishy. From now on, you're my very own little hostage. Isn't that yummy? Yes, it is, yes, it is, yes, it is.
I'm gonna put her right between the Badmans and Uncle Joker Woker. Can you say line of fire?
But, Mr. J, she could be killed.
And won't that make the Badmans feel sorry? Then, when they're all weepy, Uncle Joker Woker can crush them like bugs. It'll be ever so much fun. Look, here come our playmates.
We're all set, boss.
Azrael and Batgirl step out into the open.
Put her down.
You again, the second stringer, Batman Light. Listen, I am so sick of dealing with the farm team.
Save it. We weren't impressed before, and we're not impressed now.
Huh?
Take the child, Batgirl.
You want I should let him, Mr. J?
Don't bother me. I'm busy being upset.
Batgirl walks away with the missing girl.
Bit of free advice. Wipe the paint off before you get terminal acne.
And lose the wig. It looks even dumber than the makeup.
Wig? Makeup? What did he mean?
Want us to top him, boss?
Not until I figure out what he means.
The Joker pulls his hair.
Wig?
It worked. I hoped that if we just walked in, they might be surprised enough to buy us time. But I didn't think it would be that easy. I guess we're lucky the real Joker wasn't there. You're safe now. Jean and the girl smile at each other. The end. Lex Luthor addresses the media from a podium.
The No Man's Land is an embarrassment, a betrayal of the fundamental precepts of this country. To deny citizenship, existence even, to our own people is criminal. For the better part of a year, politicians have squabbled and argued, squandering time and resources, all while leaving the soul of Gotham, the people, to suffer. LexCorp says enough is enough. We have committed ourselves to rebuilding Gotham City, starting today.
NML Day 312, and things are starting to move very quickly indeed.
Shellgame, Part 1, Gambits. All around him are trailers and construction equipment, hard at work, preparing an area for LexCorp to work from.
I've been watching Luthor's Dog and Pony Show for 18 hours, not knowing whether I should cry or laugh.
Starting now.
Lex, just one questioning motive.
Comment, please.
Government objections.
Statement to the
Stunning turn of events. The president is expected to issue a statement.
actions here illegal? I will not be beholden to an immoral law, nor should you be. Now is the time to stand up and act for the right. Overwhelming response. In just 24 hours, Gothamites are lining up for blocks, all for the promise of a paycheck, food, and the chance to rebuild their city. Establishing a triage center at what is now being called Camp Lex. Medical personnel have been inundated.
Jobs in construction?
We will employ anyone who wants to work. This is their city, after all. I'm here to give them the tools and support they need. Nothing more. And what do you get out of it, Lex? Are you kidding me? Aside from the benefits of helping my fellow man, even I couldn't buy this kind of PR.
Been Lila Illers, broadcasting from Camp Lex in the No Man's Land. Camp Lex? Make me puke. If Luthor's a humanitarian, I'm Dr. Fate.
It doesn't matter. If Luthor can galvanize the public, the government will have to respond. We need public opinion on our side for this.
But what's Luthor really after?
He's one of the richest men in the world, Robin. There lies your answer.
I've been monitoring the state BLM as you asked. So far there's been no activity.
He's waiting for the NML to be revoked. Acting before then will tip his hand. We're in control.
You say? What now?
Azrael and Batgirl are handling Joker for the time being. Keep on this, and keep monitoring the media. Apprise me the moment the situation changes.
Got it. Hey, what about me?
You're going to the west side.
But nothing's on the west side except Petite and Huntress.
Oh.
Watch and listen, but do not reveal yourself, and do not engage. Clear?
Crystal, what am I watching for?
You'll know it when you see it.
What about you?
I'm going to welcome Luthor to the neighborhood. Your problem is... Joker swings a large scythe at a figure of Batman. You don't appreciate art. He takes the Bat mannequin's head off, and Harley narrowly ducks his backswing. Sheep! I ask you, what's a man got to do to get some attention in this burg? Well,
Crime need jeeps here, kids. Give me something. Second stringers. He sends second stringers after me, the bat chickadee and the angel boy. Tell you what the problem is. I don't get no respect. That's the problem. Geez, sound like that fatso. What's his name?
Dangerfield?
No, you idiot. The cop, the fat one. What's his name? Bullock, that one. I don't even rate the boy Blunder. Just not fair.
Oh, Mr. J, don't talk like that. You're the best. You rock. And if they don't see that, we're just gonna make 'em see. That's all.
Really?
Oh, yeah, of course. And you know what? I know just where we can get you into the spotlight.
Hunters hold a lonely vigil on a rooftop over kids playing in the strongmen's camp, deep in thought.
Thought you'd be up here. Leave me alone, Foley. Bill wants you downstairs. Wants to talk about the Luther thing. Tell Commandant Petit I'll be down when I'm damn good and ready. I think Bill's losing it. He's done a good job. Don't get me wrong. All these people, he's kept them safe. He's kept us safe. But that thing with Two-Face yesterday, he wanted his blood. For no reason. Two-Face is a killer, Foley. But he was in custody.
Huntress glares at him, then goes inside. Robin watches them with binoculars. Proceeding, Mercy?
On schedule.
Mercy pours wine for Lex Luthor as he enjoys the finest meal anyone's eaten in No Man's Land in over a year.
The surrounding 20 square blocks have been locked down per your order, securing our perimeter. Cobblepot is unhappy about losing so much of his territory, but Bane explained the situation to him as you requested. It's taken care of. We signed up 488 laborers in the last 12 hours, all ready to begin work at first light. And news channel reports that public opinion has swung 20 points in your favor. LexCorp's stock, not coincidentally, also jumped 20 points.
Excellent, Mercy. I'll be getting ready for bed now. Mercy watches over Lex with a gun while he sleeps. Batman sneaks through the shadows behind her and knocks her out without being seen. Her gun falls to the floor. Batman wakes Luthor with a start. Luthor, let's talk.
Huh? I hope you didn't hurt her permanently. Good help is so hard to find.
She'll live.
Delighted to hear that.
Lex calmly puts on his robe. Is there a point to this visit, or are you just planning on looming ominously at me for the rest of the night? Batman gets right in Lex's face. I know what you're planning. This is my city.
For now. I'm here on a humanitarian mission, Vigilante. Unless you can prove otherwise.
Batman grins as Mercy begins to rouse. You're bluffing. If you had anything, you wouldn't be here to threaten me. This is not a threat, Lex. This is a warning. You don't want me to take you down. Mercy raises a fist behind Batman, and she doesn't want to start anything. Don't bother, Mercy. He was just leaving. Lex turns back to him, but Batman has vanished. Get Bane. Now. Mercy storms off.
NML, day 313. Each of my news feeds is showing me the life I've lived this past year, sharing no man's land with the rest of the world.
Legality of his entry. The government can't allow this man to defy their domestic policy. You're missing the point, Matt. Entering the no man's land was the illegal act, and they can't just arrest the most prominent businessman in America. Once Luthor landed, what could the government do?
What indeed? Officially, NML is no longer part of the country, which means that once someone enters it, they're on foreign soil in a way. To stop Luthor would take a military action at this point. And too many people in Congress are in Luthor's pocket, one way or another. Besides, it would be a PR disaster. So for now, he has free reign. And frankly, that would terrify me, if I didn't know his plan.
Need a secure line to D.C. Lucius Fox.
Give me a sec.
Oracle arranges the call. Bruce? Lucius, cut that out. I'm working, sissy. I'm in Barbados, working on my tan.
Oh my, that's
Beginning to wonder if you'd forgotten about me here in D.C.
No, no, never. Kitty, you gotta stop that.
But Brucey...
I just have been, trapped. Under a blonde. What? Can't really hear you. Nothing, never mind. Have you seen the news, Bruce? About Luther? Yes, that's actually why I'm calling. Met this guy here the other day. From Gotham too, it turns out.
but the suntan oil there.
And he says Luther wanted to buy his real estate holdings in Gotham. Said he offered him top dollar. We haven't been approached by Luther, have we, Lucius?
It's so slippery. You're not
To sell our land, have we? We still own it, right? Far as I know. Listen, Bruce, can you remember the guy's name?
You dropped it. Now it's all dirty.
Give me a... Kitty, I'm trying to think.
But Bruce, why?
Batman reads the name Nicholas J. Harding off the computer screen.
Harding, I think. Yeah, Harding. Nicky or Nick or Buck, I don't remember. Harding, definitely. You sure? Think so. I'll look into it.
Lucius writes down the name.
But we haven't sold, have we? I mean, that would be...
No, Bruce, we can't sell. All of Gotham land is in limbo right now. Presumably, if and when the NML is lifted, every title will be reinstated. Call me tomorrow, okay?
Sure. Bye.
That the result you were after?
Perfect. Have you heard from Robin?
This morning. He's still on post.
Robin listens in on Petite and his strong men.
Losing people daily.
Calm down, Bill.
The hell do you think you are telling me to calm down? How many walked out on us yesterday?
Only 15, but...
Only? That's 30 hands just went AWOL, Foley.
They heard about Luther, about the construction.
We're talking about our people here.
Right, they're not prisoners.
You don't get it. We're a unit. We rely on one another. Walking away like that, they weaken the whole.
They'll be back by nightfall, I'm sure.
They better be. They want to live.
Petite storms out, slamming the door behind him.
NML, day 314. And Lex Luthor couldn't have asked for a more eager workforce. He's providing the leadership, the equipment, flying in everything he can. Whole or in pieces, trucks, bulldozers, concrete, steel and wood. Hope. 300 days we've waited. All of the no man's land knows we're on the verge now. On the verge of what is the question?
In short order, rubble is cleared away and new construction has begun in no man's land. Until the Joker decides he wants to play, walking over the drying cement to assault a worker with a sledgehammer.
Ah, the limelight. I missed it.
The rest of the crew scatter, running away from the Joker and Harley Quinn. The final map of the turf shows that the Blue Boys have held the entire south end of Gotham. Batman has secured most of Midtown except for the areas controlled by Luther, having taken over Penguin's land, and Petite's strongmen holding the western side. Batman's allies hold the northern end of the city, except for Jokerville on the east coast. Shellgame, Part 2.
No man's land, day 321. You know what it takes to rebuild a city? It's not time. You can make time. It's not hope. Humanity, no man's land notwithstanding, has an infinite capacity for hope. It's money. The kind of money that's alive, that moves and breathes and breathes and never stops. Bruce Wayne money. Lex Luthor money. And Luthor's money is hard at work already. Has been for a week now.
A bulldozer clears the road, guarded by men with guns.
Crews deployed from Camp Lex in Grant Park, working 24 hours a day. Clearing debris, preparing foundations, rebuilding.
A grid of rebar is laid for new concrete.
Luthor had been waiting for months, all his plans drawn up, his people waiting in the wings.
A backhoe digs out a hole for a building's foundation.
Just biding his time.
Fire pits burning debris can be seen dotting the city from across the river.
The first of Luthor's crews finally made it to my neck of the woods this morning. Been watching them for hours. The survey teams, the security guards. It doesn't matter that NML is still in effect. They don't seem to care that they're breaking the law. It doesn't matter that the government has filed 4 separate injunctions against LexCorp in as many days. Everything from barring Luthor from proceeding to freezing his foreign assets. Hasn't even slowed him down. Why would it? He's got both public opinion and the media on his side. Right now, he's golden.
Mercy reports another attack by the Joker, another crew scattered and more equipment destroyed. He orders her to put an end to the problem, and she assures him she's already on it. Batman arrives at Robin's stakeout.
Wondered if you'd come by.
Anything today?
I placed the microphones as you ordered. Otherwise, nothing to report.
Tim hands him the binoculars. And Huntress?
She's been outside a couple times, patrolling the perimeter. I stayed out of sight.
Not what I meant.
I know what you meant. Best I can tell, she's not a happy camper.
Receiver on. I want to hear them.
Aren't prisoners, Petite. They should be free to come and go as they like.
They're my people. Every time they leave this sector, we're weakened. That's a tactical risk I won't allow. I want checkpoints. Nobody comes in or out without my permission.
Are you mad? We're not the bad guys here, Petite. We've got an obligation to protect the people in this sector.
If you don't like it, you can leave. Maybe Batman will take you back. If you beg him. Face it, sweetheart. You got nowhere else to go.
Petite walks out on her.
Damn.
She'll make it. She's strong.
You trying to convince me or yourself?
We have a count on Petite's men?
14, all armed, all trained by him, like a wannabe special forces unit. Most were GCPD once.
If she tries a coup?
She can't take them all out, and the only person who might support her is Foley. Even that's a maybe. Petite'll kill her if she challenges him.
Keep watching. I'll be in touch.
Where are you going?
Babysitting. Harley introduces the Joker at yet another building site.
Ladies and gentlemen, back by popular demand for his 8th night running, the Joker! And his able assistant, the lovely, luscious, and amazingly talented Harley Quinn.
Joker smacks Harley with a rubber chicken.
Ow!
Quiet, you.
Hey, good evening. Thanks for coming. Going to be a great show. So what's your name, Dollface?
Laurie?
Laurie. Ought to see someone about that stammer, dear. As it happens, I think I can help.
The Joker pulls out a rusty pair of scissors.
No, please,
He threatens the woman with them.
please don't.
Between us, this has nothing to do with you. But I've got to get his attention. And so far, nothing has worked.
Oh God, don't, please, I'm begging you.
A large, dark shape appears behind him.
Finally! I was beginning to think you didn't love me anymore.
Joker turns, and his smile turns to a look of dismay.
Oh, this is gonna suck.
Bane lifts the Joker with one hand.
I don't think you're very funny.
Well, you know, different strokes.
Bane punches him out of their hole.
Ouch.
Joker stabs at him with the scissors.
Don't make me laugh.
Bane grabs his arm, and he drops him.
I understand you aren't allowed to play with sharp objects.
My mistake. Here I was hoping for the rambunctious rodent, and I get the WWF reject instead.
Talk.
Bane slugs him. And again. Mercy aims her gun at him on the ground.
Oh, hello. I see Europe. I see France.
Bane picks him up once more.
Stand up when addressed by a lady.
Oh, absolutely. And this lady might be?
All you need to know is that I'm the last face you're ever going to see. No one messes with Mr. Luther's business.
That's enough of that, Toots. Let him go or feel the new breeze through that airhead of yours.
Harley points a shotgun at Mercy,
Ain't she a pip?
who lifts Harley up by her gun.
Eep.
Bane, let him go.
Joker and Harley scamper away.
Been fun.
You want me to kill him?
Not necessary. He got the message.
Batman has been watching this scene unfold. He follows Bane when he leaves Mercy and goes back to his trailer. When Bane enters, he finds Batman waiting for him.
Batman, to what do I owe this pleasure? It took me a while to figure out what you were doing. Why you blew up all those records after going to such great lengths to stop me from doing the same. And now Now I know. I haven't shared my conclusions with Miss Graves, if that's what concerns you. I doubted that you would. Luther's giving you Santa Prisca. Indeed, you are very perceptive. That was my price. Now what? Have you been paid? Luther has made the necessary arrangements, yes. Once in Santa Prisca, the rest is up to me. Then leave. I've got enough to worry about without needing to take you out, too. I'll think about it. If you know the plan, then you know Luther won't honor any deals when I'm finished with him. Decide what you want more. Another crack at me, or your own country.
Bane puts his hands behind his head in a relaxed pose and smiles.
When you put it like that, I'll be leaving by the end of the week.
NML, day 323. I hack the WGBS feed and treat myself to Good Morning Metropolis and Betsy Lord's babble. Now in the studio, 3 survivors of the No Man's Land. Miss Minerva Freedang and her daughter Mitzi, and Mr. Robert Engelson, a reporter for WNYT. Miss Freedang, I'd like to start with you. What was it like?
At first, it was hell. Can I say that? Those first few months, and that winter, I saw people frozen to death on the streets.
And winter's returned.
Yes, it'll be worse, I'm sure.
Your mother says, at first. What does she mean by that, Mitzi? Well, Betsy, the longer it lasted, the more those of us who were left pulled together. I can't quite explain it. Of course, there were still the lunatics. But for us, for regular people, we found a way to make do.
I've got a chapter about it in my book, No Man's Land, A View from the Inside. The human spirit cannot be crushed by a decision of policy. I witnessed the basest savagery in the NML. That's what we called it on the inside. But I also witnessed the heroism of humanity, reaching out to help one another. No one gave up. No one.
Stirring accounts from people who were there. The Galaxy Network, which owns WGBS, believes that the time has come to speak out, to end the No Man's Land. Public opinion is clearly on Gotham's side. Now we need to make our leaders do what's right. We urge all of you watching to contact your representatives and tell them now's the time to end it. Let's bring Gotham City home, back into the United States of America.
The Penguin manages to get a meeting with Lex Luthor, and he attempts to strong-arm him into giving up a percentage of his profits, or else he'll go to the media with his secret dealings with Mercy. Luthor tells Mercy to handle the situation. Mercy becomes a storm of bullets and blows, and in seconds she trashes a room full of Penguin's men. She pauses before shooting the last one.
Lex?
Do it. Never threaten me again, Cobblepot. You'll find I have mercy. Between Cobblepot and the Clown, we're in danger of falling behind schedule. Too many distractions.
Our security is already stretched too thin, Lex. There's nothing we can do until NML is lifted.
Yes. What's the word from Washington?
The president is stonewalling.
He should know better. Get a note to the White House. Ask if they want a videotape in our possession, finding its way to the office of the Independent Counsel.
We don't have any tape, Lex.
Then make one.
Wait. Something's happening. Broadcasting on news channel. I'll turn on the television.
Mr. Fox! Mr. Fox! When the executive order was signed at 10:30 Eastern Standard Time this morning, Wayne Enterprises is proud to be a part of the coalition that helped make this happen. Access to Gotham will be restored in the next week, beginning with the deliveries of emergency supplies and equipment, and the arrival of the Army Corps of Engineers. The goal is to officially reopen Gotham City on January 1st, New Year's Day. Ladies and gentlemen, No Man's Land is over! Oh, and Bruce? We did it! Yes, we did. Now we do the rest. End. Strange Bedfellows.
Shot. I was shot. Shot by the bat. No. Helicopter crash. Woman who bought the computer disks I sold crashed the chopper. No. Woman shot me. Chopper crashed. Got the disc to the bat. Weak. Crawled on the roof to die.
Selina wakes with a shout.
No!
Well, well, back in the land of the living at last.
Penguin, what are you doing here?
I live here. Your question, my dear, should be more along the lines of, what are you doing here?
Where are my clothes?
Your costume is out getting cleaned, my dear, which is sorely needed. And I felt having you, shall we say, dishabille, might make you more willing to partake in a conversation.
Conversation about what?
About why I had you brought here when one of my people found you more dead than alive on a rooftop a few nights ago. About why I personally saw to your recovery.
Okay, Cobblepot, you win. What am I doing here?
Ah, you're here to listen. It's been a long time since you've graced Gotham with your presence, my dear. Indeed it has. A lot has changed. Turf battles, the strong taking from the rich, no real police. In short, it's been heaven. Of course, every Eden has its serpent.
Or bat?
Precisely. You're as astute as you are comely. A deadly combination, if I may say so. Deadly. Even the dratted bat, however, has found himself overwhelmed by circumstances here. The usual rules no longer apply, and he is not as effective as he would like. Never mind the bat. Let's talk movable goods. Tell me, which is more precious, the can of tuna or the diamond necklace?
The Penguin offers her both.
Don't be absurd. The jewels, of course.
She reaches, but he tosses away the necklace.
Ding!
Not here. You can't eat diamonds. I've managed to make a tidy bundle here in Gotham by turning what's left of the populace into scavengers who loot the city for what remains in return for necessities. However, my ability to do that has been challenged. A rival has emerged from the shadows whilst you had your little catnap and intends to take over all of Gotham.
He holds up a photograph.
Recognize him? Lex Luthor, the most powerful man in Metropolis, and yes, I am including the Big Blue Boy Scout, has positioned himself to become Lord of Gotham.
Who are the women with him?
Oh, those are his chauffeurs/bodyguards. The one who is left is called Hope, I believe. The one who is right is called Mercy. Somewhat of a misnomer. The one leaves no hope, and the other has no mercy, or so I am led to believe. They're of no importance. Luthor will put me out of business, so I'm proposing a partnership between you and me. I'll supply you with a ready market. You steal everything of Luthor's in the city that isn't nailed down.
Pangy, why be so restrictive?
Huh?
Penguin wipes tears of laughter from his eyes.
Oh, that felt good. You are audacious, my dear. Positively audacious. I like that. By heaven, I do. Yes, by all means, take whatever you can from him.
Then bring me my clothes. I'm anxious to get to work.
Selina surveys her opposition.
It's like a staging area for an invasion. And that's exactly what it is. Lex Luthor is invading Gotham, conquering it, shaping it to his own whims. It's a blitzkrieg of building, as if he intended to do overnight what might otherwise take a decade. The sheer scope, the planning behind it all is breathtaking, and it presents me with some extraordinary problems.
Catwoman decides to enlist some help, and she locates her former henchman, now working for LexCorp. Her ex-goons are soon fired upon by other thugs set up by Catwoman, who she then takes down in order to rescue the poor boys.
Oh, boys! Lucky for you, I just happened to come along. I'd say you owe me, wouldn't you?
Bada-boom-boom!
Hold on. We don't owe you nothing, cat lady. You used us and left us to rot in that jail. Maybe this makes us even.
She unloads her guns at their cover.
Let's try this again. I just saved your miserable, worthless hides, and you owe me, and you will pay me back. If I used you, if I left you to rot, it's because you are henchmen, and that's what you're there for. Any more inanities?
No, ma'am.
Good. I'm glad we're all friends again. What I want you to do isn't even all that difficult. Mookie, dear, I want to borrow your gear and ID.
Selina sneaks them into the LexCorp base with Mookie's ID card and uniform. It's not difficult to slip by with such a large workforce. Catwoman makes her way to the women's locker room. She uses one of her costume's whiskers as a lockpick and steals more uniforms and keycards. With them, she gets into the computers and creates the identities she needs for her plan, then checks out the blueprints and steals codes to the flying armored suits. Catwoman is spotted on the cameras going for the battlesuits, and when a team arrives, she deploys the codes, taking them all over. More security intercept them carrying large guns.
Holy! Scramble security! Get some more suits over there! Stop right there and get out of the suit!
You mean get out of this battlesuit where I'm safe and warm to where you can shoot me? What a silly idea. I have a better one. Stay out of my way or I'll squash you like bugs.
Selina tosses a pickup truck across the room and it explodes.
Whee! Now I have an idea how Wonder Woman feels. It feels too good. Gotta keep reminding myself, don't get hooked on it. This is not who I am. It's not what I do. This way danger lies.
Yet more battlesuit goons arrive, and Selina takes them over also, having stolen the secret backup codes as well. Soon, Penguin's girl alerts him to a startling sight outside his window.
Boss, you gotta come see this. You won't believe it.
Believe what, my dithering dear? I don't believe it.
Catwoman flies her battlesuit before a squad of them, each carrying large pieces of equipment or pallets of supplies.
What's the matter, Cobblepot? Cat got your tongue? Let me check and see if it's in my pocket.
Selina climbs out of her battlesuit.
Incredible, my dear. Stupendous. You are absolutely incomparable. Indeed you are.
I know I am. And you are going to give me $1 million in gems for this.
Anything that I have is yours. You have but to command.
Fine. We'll start with a lovely hot bath. After that and a catnap, I'm going back to work.
Might I inquire as to what you have in mind?
Nope. That would spoil the surprise. You wouldn't want to do that, now would you?
No. Indeed, no. We all should have our little surprises, should we not?
It didn't occur to you to have the red team turn off their slave units before coming in range?
You have standing orders, sir.
The slave units were never to be turned off. Never. You want them to fear you, Lex, and this is what happens when they do.
Mercy brings Luther a phone.
Sir, phone call from someone calling himself the Penguin. He says it's in regard to your missing goods.
Luther, honored you'd take my call. Indeed I am. I seem to have come into possession of some goods that I believe rightfully belong to you. I'd be happy to return them to you without taking my usual finder's fee.
What is it you want, Cobblepot?
I like a man who is direct, sir. Indeed I do. And I shall be direct with you. Gotham is yours, sir, or shall soon be. But every city has its underworld, I think you would admit. I wish to run Gotham's underworld, as a license from you, paying you, of course, the appropriate percentages. I take care of the day-to-day minutiae. You never get your hands dirty. Otherwise, my agent may prove more annoying. Do we have a deal? I'll consider it.
Luther throws the phone away.
Mercy.
Sir.
Deal with this Catwoman thing. Break her. Finish her if necessary.
My pleasure, sir.
Payback.
Catwoman keeps watch with binoculars from an angel statue on a building.
Catwoman's little laws of economic thermodynamics. Law 4. You add to your wealth by increasing your holdings or increasing the value of that which you hold. Corollary to Law 4. The value of your holdings increases according to another's desire to have it. Addendum to the corollary to Law 4. If your holdings are goods, the desirability increases according to their scarcity. In short, when in doubt, blow it up. I took the Lex suits I stole from LexCorp, jammed them full of explosives, let Mookie drive the lead suit, while the others were on slave mode. Luther would have changed the codes on them and made them difficult to use, so I might as well get rid of them. And it made Mookie happy.
Bada boom!
The stolen battlesuits dive bomb LexCorp warehouses that explode, sending people running for the exit.
Oh look, there's my special friend, Mercy. She's one of Luther's chauffeur/bodyguard/special assistants. Last time we met, she stole from me, beat me up, shot me, and left me for dead. I wonder, could she be talking to Luther about me? I'm sorry, sir. We were prepared for Catwoman to come thieving again. We did not anticipate her destroying the work compound.
Obviously, you should have. Get the compound going again, whatever it takes. I want work recommencing on my city by tomorrow. I'll talk with the Penguin.
Cobblepot's Emporium. What do you need, and do you have the price?
Lex Luthor here, Cobblepot. Are you still interested in that deal you presented yesterday? A short time later.
You should congratulate me, Pengy. I've just doubled the worth of our loot by blowing up Luther's supplies.
I'm well aware of your triumphs, my dear. Indeed I am. They have enabled me to clinch my deal with Mr. Luthor, which was the purpose of our little partnership. Now I'll run the underworld for him, and in return I give him back his goods, and your head on a nice silver platter.
Penguin's gang emerged from the shadows, holding weapons towards Selina.
Secure her, gentlemen.
She whips Oswald's neck and hauls him in close, tightening her whip around his throat.
Have your boys move out of the room, Pengy, or I'll snap your neck.
Do as she says, Drago.
Better. So much better. Do you really think I trusted you for a moment, Pengy? Or that I was really throwing in with you?
What do you mean?
I was using you. I have my own agenda, and you have served it. I don't need you anymore.
She drops him on the floor.
What are you talking about? You cannot fence what you steal without me. Indeed, you can't. I am the ruler of the underworld at Gotham.
I'll give it away. I'll throw it in the river. Who winds up with it isn't important, so long as it isn't Lex Luthor.
Catwoman backflips to a high window.
By the way, Cobblepot, I wouldn't linger. I'm about to take away your base of power as well.
What?
Suddenly, explosions go off in Penguin's warehouse. He runs for his life.
Drat you, Catwoman!
That was the Penguin. Evidently, he has lost control over Catwoman, if he ever had control. She is now your priority, your only item of business. You will keep her from bothering me. Kill her if necessary. Do not disappoint me.
It will be as you wish, sir. I had the wheels in motion, but I needed a specific favor from a specific guy. So I set up a meet in Robinson Central Terminal, our favorite trysting place of late.
I got your message. What do you want? I'm pretty busy right now.
Oh, but I'm not too busy for you to summon whenever you feel the urge? You owe me, batty boy. But don't worry, for you it won't be difficult, and it won't take much time, and it will wipe the slate clean between us.
What makes you think I feel I owe you anything?
Oh, please, I know you. You have this sickening sense of honor and all that. I thought you said you didn't have time to waste.
What do you want?
I need to contact Deadman. I don't know how to reach him, and I don't know if he'd come if I did.
Why do you need him?
Payback. I owe something to somebody, and he's my means of payback. Can you get hold of him?
Maybe through Azrael. We'll see.
Thanks, Pookie. Just keep in mind, like they say, Payback's a witch. And I'm that witch.
Catwoman continues her campaign of destruction and delay, stealing paychecks and sending food supplies to the needy, forcing LexCorp to replace them both, sabotaging equipment and rerouting work orders so that crews were tearing down each other's work. She also stays one step ahead of Mercy the entire time, humiliating her more with every move.
Eventually, my plans reach fruition.
What success have you to report, Mercy?
We have been unable to anticipate Catwoman's moves. We strike in one direction, and she strikes in another. I have as yet been unable to come face to face with her. But I will.
I'm certain you will. I'm certain because I've arranged a meeting with her. One of her specific conditions was that you be present as well.
I'll kill her the moment she arrives.
You will not. I have given my personal assurance of her safe conduct through intermediaries. You will keep your hands visible at all times. That was also one of her prerequisites. If Catwoman and I have not struck a bargain that stops her depredations by the end of the meeting, then you can kill her. Otherwise, you don't touch her. Now, bring the car around.
The meet was dangerous. I knew that. But everything I do is dangerous. It was payback time. But for who? Me, Luther, or Mercy? Time to put the cards on the table. You asked for this meeting, Lexi.
You've done your best to make my operations here in Gotham impossible. I'm not sure why you have targeted me, but I want it to stop. What will it take?
Why, it's very simple, Lex. All you have to do is ask.
Very well. I'm asking you to stop interfering with my business.
Say please.
Lex glowers, but Selina simply smiles. Please.
Why, certainly, Lex. All you had to do was ask. I could never refuse you anything. You know that. Ciao meow, Mercy darling.
Catwoman merrily skips away. I'm very disappointed, Mercy. Very disappointed. Selina watches them leave from a high archway.
Gotcha. I've heard you back, you witch. I got what I wanted. No way I could go physically one-on-one with you. So I found a better way. I kicked you right in your pride. Now a few last items to tidy up, and my payback will be complete.
Catwoman returns to her henchmen and tells them they're done for at LexCorp. She gives 2 of them passports and $1 million each in Cayman Islands accounts, and says that she has something special in mind for Mookie.
You remember how I said that our little Mookie was able to take explosions and let them pass through him? Well, it seems that I was wrong. That's not quite the truth, is it, Mookie? The truth is, you're dead. Aren't you, Mookie, dear?
Say what?
I first suspected when you told me you had seen bullets passing through him. When Maxie Zeus and the hard cases tried to hijack the computer disks over in New York City. I should have realized it sooner. Every explosion generates not only kinetic force, but shrapnel, which passed right through him. He used the kinetic force to generate enough mass to seem alive. I did some research. The Joker killed him with an explosion back when Mookie crewed for him. And I guess he didn't want to go on. Isn't that right, Mookie?
It was dark. I was scared. I wanted to stay with my buddies.
I've been crewing with a dead guy?
So what happens now, cat lady? What becomes of Mookie?
We wait. I've made some arrangements. If it works out, my contact should be here any moment.
So, you're the little lost lamb, huh?
Who are you?
Name's Boston Brand, but I go by the handle of Dead Man.
Only Mookie sees the ghostly hero appear.
I'm dead, like you. A lot like you, in a way. Anyway, I came to help you through your transitions, as a favor. I'll wise you up to what you need to know, pal. Stick with me. You'll be okay.
Psst. This guy, is he okay? He looks weird.
What guy? Who's he talking to? Guy calls himself Dead Man, right? He's okay, Mookie dear. You go with him. It's your reward.
Well, okay. If you say so.
Come on, pal. You got a whole afterlife ahead of you.
Deadman guides Mookie's spirit into the afterlife.
Hey, where'd he go? Where's Mookie? He just up and disappeared.
Gone where he's supposed to go. You boys better get going too. I've got business to do.
Hey, you're okay, cat lady. You ever need guys, you put out the call for us, you hear?
Come on, Al. Let's try to get the freak out of Gotham while we can, okay?
Don't get the wrong impression of me. Taking care of Al and Lewis was just good business. I know how it works. Word'll get out. If I need muscle again, I'll be able to choose the best. They'll say Catwoman takes care of her crew. Mookie? Well, that was also... Okay, damn it. He was a lost soul. Literally. And yeah, maybe I've known what that feels like. So maybe I did him a good turn. So what? That's a little inconsistent, you say, with my image as a bad girl. The kindness doesn't mesh with the cruelty. How can I be nasty and nice? You just can't figure me out? Hey, what did you expect? I'm a cat.
Selina leaps out into the Gotham night.
NML, Day 333, November 29th. They came with the dawn.
Sarah Gordon wakes to a sound outside her window.
Sound.
Huh? Sarah? What is it? It gets louder.
Oh, Jim. I think it might finally be over. I think it's the end.
The sky is filled with cargo helicopters carrying supplies into Gotham.
I don't think any of us had ever seen anything like it. I don't think any of us knew what to expect. And I know none of us understood the price we would have to pay. At least, I know I didn't.
Endgame, Part 1. Silent night, holy night. All is calm, all is bright. Barbara sees the choppers from her window.
Thanks to Lex Luthor's billions and the President of the United States finally bowing to media pressure, we'd been given until January 1st to save Gotham. 1 month to turn the no man's land into something that resembled a city again.
Alfred and Batman hear them from a cave.
1 month to restore infrastructure, basic services to at least part of the city. If we could do that, the no man's land would be lifted. No small task.
Leslie smiles at their arrival from her MASH unit.
The Army Corps of Engineers, LexCorp, Wayne Enterprises, Star Labs, all of them coming together to rebuild.
Huntress and the strong men mark their arrival as well.
The promise of redemption for all of us. Luthor had the tree flown in from Vermont. The media, eating out of his hand, loved the symbolism. Other people wanted symbols of their own.
The Joker stares out his window.
Puddin', you've been standing there for hours now.
Touch me and I'll feed you your leg.
Can't you see I'm thinking?
I'm real sorry they're gonna end No Man's Land without you, Mr. J.
Heh! Joker throttles Harley.
Idiot! They're not ending it without me. Haven't you been paying attention?
Joking. Me.
It's an invitation, a challenge, a dare even. They've told me where, when, and how Gotham is to be saved.
He drops her.
I can't disappoint them, Hal. It's a built-in audience. It's the chance for my greatest show ever. Something that'll really leave them stunned, leave them begging for more.
He happens upon a loose wig. This is really green, you know?
Baby,
He flings it away with glee.
Harley!
Sorry, I'll be quiet.
That's it! That's it!
Boys, come here. We've got a lot of work to do.
Always glad to help.
December 4th.
A news crew sets up by a huge Christmas tree and a stack of presents. LexCorp will have power restored to sections of old Gotham by the end of next week. Colonel Toro, still working on water treatment. The 32nd and 98th Divisions arrived yesterday, bringing us to over 2,500 engineers on the ground. Mr. Fox, Wayne Enterprises has hired 10,000 plus workers from Bloodhaven and further south, but we're still suffering thefts of material. People who don't believe No Man's Land will end. We'll simply prove them wrong then. If that's all, I suggest we give the media their daily soundbite.
We were hit last night too, Lex. Crates 2117 and 2118 are missing.
Don't worry about it. Lex? They were for under the tree, Mercy. Utterly worthless toys for the kiddies, that's all. Just order 200 more dolls or something and be done with it. Ladies and gentlemen, sorry to keep you media hounds waiting. Dr. Leslie Tompkins? I'm Captain Zahedi, and these are Privates Harrison and...
Here to help?
Beaumont. Yes, ma'am. Leslie shoves the baby into the man's hands.
Great.
I've got 24 infants here in need of inoculation, 12 of whom are on formula. And that's just postnatal.
People had babies here?
Nights got cold, Captain. Aside from those I delivered here, I personally know of at least 18 others.
Which, if I'm not mistaken, makes 42 times that the stork was able to sneak under the radar.
Alfred! Wonderful to see you again. You look well, as always.
If I do, it is in no small part due to your excellent care over the years. I come in hopes that you will accept this invitation to dine with Misters Wayne and Grayson this Christmas Eve.
How charming! And you even found paper. How could I possibly refuse?
December 16th. Supported by the ACE, Wayne Enterprises, Star Labs, and a Gotham populace ready to work their fingers to the bone. LexCorp has already achieved the impossible. Water is already running from Grant Park to Tricorner, and everyone is hopeful. Well, almost everyone.
Update.
Not much to report, boss. The sectors hold, and all attention is on LexCorp. Bureau of Land Management activity is still nil. How's the team?
Blackgate has been secured. Petite strongmen are under surveillance.
You do know the difference between how someone is and what they're doing, right?
Batman leans over Barbara to use her computer.
Can I help you?
Where's Joker? She slaps his hands away.
Dunno. Hasn't made a peep. He's off the map.
He's what?
There've been some robberies, but nothing that would necessarily...
How long now?
I haven't heard anything since he tried to destroy that construction site and Bane stopped him.
I have a new first priority. Call a meeting for 10 tonight.
Welcome home, Jim.
Welcome home. Jim and Sarah Gordon admire the rebuilt GCPD headquarters. Looks good, doesn't it? Well, Commish, you know the beauty is in the eye of the beholder, right?
You calling me ugly, Harvey?
Perish the thought, Lieutenant Essen. If we can get down to business. James Gordon, on behalf of the Attorney General of the United States, I hereby present your new charter, reauthorizing you as Commissioner of Police for the city of Gotham. We'll have more volunteers arriving for you after Christmas. Welcome back, Jim. Nice to be in control once more, huh? You've no idea, Ben. No, you will attend. Everyone will attend.
I just think Christmas Eve of all times. Everyone should be allowed to go where they want to, Petite. You can't...
Like hell. What I can't do is allow our numbers to be whittled away, our morale to be destroyed. We're going to have a Christmas feast. Attendance mandatory for the sector. And if you got a problem with that, Foley, Billy pulls his gun on him.
Hey, easy, Petite.
Back down, Petite. Now!
See you there. Both of you.
He's losing it. Big time. You could probably make it out of here, you know.
No, I'm staying. You're right. He is losing it. And when he snaps, I'll have to stop him.
Nightwing comes to Robin at his stakeout.
Hey, I miss anything good? Hey, yourself. Does the near shooting count?
What? Shooting? Who?
It's okay. It didn't go down. Petite was about to cap Foley, but she stopped him.
Dick takes a look through the binoculars.
Yeah, she's looked about that happy for a month now. Sorry, bro.
Not your fault. Speaking of which, I believe we've been summoned. Robin and Nightwing join Batman on Gordon's roof.
About 20 volunteers right now, but the government has promised another 50 before New Year's.
We'll need them. We have a problem. Joker's disappeared.
Huh?
Which means he'll reappear. Great. I'll have my people start combing old Gotham tomorrow. Then we'll start in Newtown and work our way south.
December 21st.
The newly opened police station is thronged with people complaining about everything imaginable.
Funny how no one was complaining when there was nobody to listen. Not like Dad and Sarah and the rest don't already have their hands full.
One complaint in particular stands out, though.
The crib was empty. No, she didn't just crawl away. Listen to me. Renee, you got a minute?
Renee enters Sarah's office.
Given any thought to your future? I was hoping to live through New Year's, Lieutenant. Aren't we all? I don't approve of what you and Jim did with regard to Two-Face.
We're not vigilantes, Detective. We're the police. And as the police, we acknowledge service above and beyond the call of duty. My disapproval notwithstanding, your work regarding Two-Face was exemplary. It is my pleasure to promote you to the rank of Detective, 2nd grade. Congratulations, Detective Montoya.
Sarah shakes her hand.
Thank you, Lieutenant. Thank you.
Batman interrogates the Penguin, Poison Ivy, the Ventriloquist, and Two-Face.
Tell me where he is. I have absolutely.
No idea.
Where that clown is.
And furthermore, who
Give.
a damn.
December 24th, Christmas Eve.
Jim shares a turkey dinner with his family. Don't know what's the better present, a hot meal, or being able to actually see it.
No, the gift is that we've made it this far. I agree with Sarah, Dad.
I stand corrected. After all, the women in this family are always right. Harvey Bullock eats with Renee's family.
I should know better than to argue with you and your mother.
30 years, you still haven't learned.
Renee, translate. We've got especially smart women in this family. What's he saying? Renee, what are you guys saying? Come on.
Only my sister could come through the animal with a promotion.
Wait, promotion? Did he just say promotion? Here, here. Renee, we all want you to know how proud I am of you, Tim.
Tim spends the holiday with his father.
Dad, it's totally not necessary, man.
It is necessary, son. Things need to be said, and I don't say them often enough. While Leslie and Dick visit with Bruce and Alfred.
How many times do I have to say this?
Where Dick and Alfred are wrestling over the carving knife.
Sit down, Alfred. I'll carve. You sit. I'm not going to eat unless you sit. They do this every year?
Every year? They do this every meal.
So I presume this is where Bruce Wayne is currently residing in Gotham?
Where he will reside. He hasn't returned yet.
Master Dick, if you persist, you shall go to bed without supper.
Petite, Huntress, and the strong men eat a grim and quiet meal under the rule of the gun.
My God. Come in, Petite. Anyone. Joker!
Suddenly, a call comes in over the radio.
Joker! Copy me? Back up! Post 7! Need... Petite! Post 4!
On your feet! Everybody on your feet!
The men all get up.
Are you crazy? You can't send them out there, Petite! Joker didn't just show up here in the lion's den so he could be shot by you! This is a trap!
Outside, the Joker and Harley Quinn have slaughtered their guards.
Merry Christmas!
Pigs! December 24th, Christmas Eve. When Joker struck, he struck at the weakest link. Billy Petite and his pseudo-militia, the self-proclaimed strongmen of Gotham City.
'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the digs not a creature was stirring, not even a pig. Come on, Billy boy, what are you waiting for?
Madness versus madness.
Come and get me.
With innocents caught in the crossfire.
Petite mounts a table and Huntress blocks the door as everyone else scrambles.
This dinner is not over. Nobody leaves here without my permission.
Gonna die.
Oh my
We're
God.
all gonna
Oh my God.
get out of here. You've got to get us
Surrounded.
out of here.
We're surrounded. Stay calm. Everyone, don't panic. Foley, help me. Listen to me. If you go out there, Joker will kill you.
Endgame, Part 2. Tender and mild.
Out of the way, Huntress. Time someone put down that lunatic once and for all.
Damn it, Petite. Can't you see? That's just what Joker wants you to do. He's trying to draw you out.
He's challenging my control, making me look like a fool in front of my people. No one does that to me, princess. No one. Hendricks, get the second squad armed and deployed. Deaver, make sure the exits are secured. Anderson, you and first squad with me.
You've always been all talk and no action, Piggy.
I'm gonna kill him. I'm gonna do what should have been done years ago. What you and Gordon and Batman never had the guts to do. I'm gonna kill him. Once and for all.
Outside, the Joker has pulled down his pants to reveal a pig on his shorts, which read, "Kiss this, Billy," with which he continues to taunt Petite.
What you waiting for, Billy? Losing your nerve? Or is poor Petite just another wimp cop like Gordon and the rest of the sausage? All talk, Petite. That's all you've ever been, and that's all you'll ever be. Talky, 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 talk. Think this through, Petite. It's a trap.
Get out of the way, Huntress, or I swear to God, I'll shoot you where you stand. On my mark. 3,
He's going to get us all killed, isn't he?
Not if I can help it.
2,
Not while there's a breath in my body.
Huntress looks at the innocents under their protection, just as Petite finishes his count.
1, mark.
Billy leads his squad out into the snow.
Yeah, figured you'd run and hide. Who is the coward here? Anderson, bring second squad up and spread out. Find that clown. Yes, sir.
Petite scans a wall of rubble with his rifle scope.
Come on. Come on. See you, you dirty. Come on, give me a shot.
Suddenly he sees the Joker pop up and wave, and he pulls the trigger.
Got you, you son of a...
Petite's bullet explodes the clown's head in a red mist.
Wasn't so hard, was it?
Billy and Huntress approach the body.
Nice shot, Billy boy. Wanna try for 2?
Another Joker pops up over the wall, and Petite shoots this one as well.
Sure.
A third Joker appears.
What the?
Petite, stop!
Billy is lost in his battle rage, his eyes frenzied. He fires again, taking down another Joker.
Keep him coming.
Petite, stop!
Huntress grabs him, but he shrugs her off.
It's not him! You're shooting your own men!
Off me. I'll kill him.
That was Anderson. Bill, please, stop!
Joker and Harley are preparing a line of Petite's bound men, costuming them all with makeup, green wigs, and purple coats.
Number 8, your turn. This is your big moment. Now get out there and make 'em cry. That's a good boy. We're all so proud. Bill, it's me. It's...
Yipes!
Number 9, you're up. I love Christmas. You're killing your own man. Put the gun down, Petite.
Huntress, don't!
Huntress grabs for Petite, but he charges back inside.
Play games with me? I'll show him how we play.
No! Damn it, Petite! You're sending your men to their deaths!
Not listening anymore. He's not even hearing us.
Third squad, deploy. You're gonna get out there and bring me that clown's head.
Billy rushes back out with his new squad.
Help!
No! Please!
Can you call him? Call Batman?
No, I can't. I don't know how. Get out of here. Get to Central. Get help. Essen or Gordon. Just someone. Down!
Huntress yanks Foley down just in time to avoid a spray of bullets.
Go. Now.
I'll be back as soon as I can.
Where the hell do you think you're going, Foley?
He's getting back up.
He's what?
This is crazy, Bill. We need help. I'm gonna try to get to Central. See if you can hold off Joker till I get back.
I said, no one leaves without my permission.
Petite shoots Foley in the head.
No!
No one.
Huntress rushes to him, but it's too late.
You're as mad as Joker is. As sick and as evil and as wrong.
She tackles Petite, knocking his gun away. Huntress punches him down in the snow.
Foley trusted you. He trusted you to protect him.
She lifts him up and socks him in the gut.
They all did! We all did!
Huntress pulls him in close.
You're the worst of us. You know that, Petite? And I know how to solve at least one problem. You're a dead man, Petite.
A shot rings out, and dull shock registers in Billy's eyes. The light in them goes out, and his breath stops. The Joker holds a smoking gun.
Couldn't have put it better myself, Toots.
Huntress stands alone between him and his goons and the innocents still inside. The bodies of the strong men lie piled up behind the Joker.
We're just here to gather some things and then we'll be going. Babies in particular. I understand there are 4 of the little cherubs inside, are there not? You're, blocking the door, Toots. I know. Oh, you've got to be joking. You're not seriously thinking of taking us all on. It's just you versus us now, kiddo. That's you versus, like, what, 20 of us? And thanks to Billy there, I'd point out that we're now armed.
Huntress refuses to move.
Well, it's your funeral. Kill her, boys.
Joker and Harley turn away as the thugs rush at Huntress. She kicks a burning barrel over and into the crowd, setting a few on fire. She jumps into them, pulling one's head down with her cape. She blocks a crowbar with her arm, then shoots its wielder with her gauntlets, and another hood with a pipe. Huntress punches another in the neck, then ducks and kicks yet another while grabbing the barrel. She rolls the barrel into 2 more goons and rolls along behind it, shooting more thugs with her gauntlets. Huntress springs up into a handspring double kick. She rises into it, throwing punches and firing shots in every direction. Huntress blocks a pickaxe with her arms, then drops, sweeping the mook's legs out and firing into another's kneecap behind him. She socks one of them on the ground before turning to face yet another. She takes down a few more with a sock to the gut and punches to their heads. Until finally, the last few goons run away. Suddenly, Huntress is shot in her side from behind.
You're good. She's good, isn't she?
Very good.
As good as I've seen. And I've seen the best.
Joker shoots her again, and she falls against the door.
It's funny, because I wouldn't be shooting you like this, except it turned out Petite had so many bullets. I'd swear he had a bullet for every man, woman, and child in Gotham. And since I won't be using the bullets on the kids, I figure those ones, they're all yours. Here, have another one, cutie.
Huntress struggles to her feet, but the Joker shoots her in the leg. She slumps against the door again.
Tough little thing, aren't ya?
Joker approaches her.
Ah, it's been fun.
And puts his gun to her head.
On December 24th, Christmas Eve, Joker finally made his move, attacking Billy Petite's camp, a battle of madmen. Petite never had a chance.
You've been a real sport, doll. Know that? Thanks for playing. And now we have a lovely parting gift for you.
Bite me. Huntress held her ground, fighting off 12 goons, taking 3 bullets, protecting the 80 innocent men, women, and children who had been ordered to attend Petite's Christmas feast. She held her ground. We'll never forget that.
Just then, Batman and Nightwing appear, and Dick knocks Joker's gun away with a batarang.
Huntress! Ouch!
Batman grabs Joker by the collar.
What kept you?
Harley fires, and Batman lets go, turning to punch her instead while the Joker reaches into his coat.
He pulls out a switch box.
Now that we're all here, time to bring down the house.
He throws it onto the roof.
Bomb!
Mine.
Batman knocks it down into the snow with a batarang as Joker and Harley escape. Nightwing cradles Huntress in his arms.
Baby wanted to take the babies.
Hold on. We're gonna take care of you. Hold on. Dick applies first aid to her wounds while Batman defuses Joker's bomb. Joker was after the babies. Get her to Dr. Tompkins.
Batman, happy now?
Rest. Good work, Huntress. Nightwing picks Huntress up and gently carries her.
Congratulations. That's his highest praise. Honest.
It's not much, but you can put it in your office.
Jim, where'd you get this?
Sarah admires her gift, a framed picture of her family at a ball game. The commissioner gets certain perks. Barbara looks away as they kiss. Then gasps when Batman enters.
I love you.
Barbara? Something wrong? Jim, we have a serious problem. Merry Christmas to you, too. Joker attacked Petite's camp. Huntress held him off. She's in critical now. May not make it. She said Joker was after the infants. I checked. He's kidnapped babies from all across the no man's land. It's his statement, Jim. He wants to murder Hope. I'm going to contact Oracle. Have her call my people. I'll get as many officers as possible. Assemble them at Central. We'll meet you there. Barbara jumps into action as well, putting on a radio headset.
This is Oracle with a Priority 1 alert. Report to Central, ASAP.
Nightwing rushes Huntress to Leslie's clinic and lays her on a gurney. Leslie! Dr. Zahedi! Leslie and her team fly into action. We've got her now, lad.
Don't let her die. You can't let her die.
We'll attend her as best we can. You have an emergency of your own to deal with now.
Alfred, please.
Dick runs off to join the others. The Bat family meet the GCPD at their headquarters. Oracle has confirmed that LexCorp is missing 70 pounds of Semtex. So we know Joker can make a big explosion. We've received 36 missing persons reports. All infants.
The parents must be going mad.
We'll find them.
I don't think so.
The Joker calls down to them from a rooftop.
Here's how it's gonna play, kidlings. 'Twas the night before Christmas, and all through the town little babies were hidden by Gotham's King Clown. As Christmas Day neared, and the sun it did rise, either bats found the kids, or the kids, well, they dies.
Go. Fan out. Let's move. Batman grapples up to the roof and chases after the Joker.
On Dancer, on Prancer, and Vixen. Vixen, yummy. On Donder and Dixon.
Dixon? That's not a reindeer. Who just might be another fake, because after everyone leaves, another Joker emerges from hiding and heads into the now deserted GCPD building. Nightwing checks a club advertising hot babes, throwing a batarang into a doll in their window, which explodes. Jim and Sarah check a children's play area, also filled with dolls. One of the cops hits a tripwire, but luckily Sarah tackles him to the ground before the explosion hits, dropping her radio in the process.
Get down!
Only dolls.
Broke my radio.
Head back to Central, get another one. We can't afford a breakdown in communications.
Right.
Batman continues chasing his Joker as he acrobatically flips through a construction site, making Batman suspicious. Azrael and Batgirl check the giant Christmas tree, finding it covered in the stolen dolls and new ornaments. Mercy tries to stop them, but soon even she realizes something is amiss. Just as Batgirl touches one of the dolls, Azrael dashes towards her.
Get back!
Jean throws himself between the tree and the women, taking the full brunt of the explosion with his armored body, just in time.
No!
He falls flaming into the snow, and Batgirl covers him with her cape. Batman corners this Joker.
He...
Thought so. He easily dodges the Joker's wild kicks, catching the last one. That's enough. He slams his palm into the Joker's nose. Quinn. Batman tears off Harley's disguise. Where is he? He wraps his hand around her throat.
At Central. Hid the babies. Police. At the... Where they... Please don't kill me.
Oracle. Joker has the babies at Central. I'm en route.
Received. Nightwing, Robin, anyone who's listening. Joker is at Central. I repeat, Joker has the babies at Central. I repeat.
Jim looked at his radio with dawning horror.
Sarah!
Sarah Gordon enters the GCPD building to replace her broken radio. Of course, she couldn't hear the call which just went out. But she does hear another call. The cry of a baby downstairs.
Ma.
Sarah draws her gun and carefully follows it. She eases open a door to find the real Joker cradling one infant in a room filled with the others.
It's okay. You won't feel a thing. I promise. You'll thank Uncle Joker. Trust me, I know what I'm talking about. Most of the time. Life is the biggest joke of all. You're just gonna get the punchline sooner.
Sarah aims her gun at him.
Freeze. GCPD. You're under arrest, Joker. Put the baby down. Gently. Now.
The Joker stops smiling.
Yeah.
Oh, it's the police. I'd like to report a crime. She tried to shoot me, and I dropped the baby.
He pulls out his own gun.
Stop! I mean it. No, I mean she rushed me, and I dropped the baby.
And aims it at the child's head.
Or maybe I just...
Joker drops the baby. Sarah instantly drops her gun and reaches out, saving the baby. She closes her eyes as the Joker aims his gun.
Merry Christmas.
Joker leaves her body behind with the babies as he slowly exits the building. He walks out into the snow as Jim and Batman arrive, and calmly drops his gun.
I surrender.
Harvey and Renee rush inside.
Commish. Jim. I'm so sorry.
She's dead.
Animal! Gordon pistol whips the Joker.
Commissioner, you'll be hearing from my attorney.
He cocks his gun.
Jim. He's gone too far. He paralyzed my daughter, my little girl. He just murdered my bride, my Sarah. Too much. Too far.
The Joker grins at Jim's gun in his face.
We've all gone too far. Look at them. Look at us. They can't take any more. It's time to bring our people back, Jim. I won't stop you.
You have a little boy, too, don't you?
Gordon shoots Joker in the kneecap.
Ah! Hey! You just gonna let him do that to me? He shot my knee. I may never... Oh, like your daughter. I get it. Good one, Commissioner.
Arrest him. Charge is murder.
Jim collapses, and Batman holds him as he cries.
I've got you. I've got you.
Endgame, Part 3. Sleep in Heavenly Peace. And, after the earth shattered and the buildings crumbled, the nation abandoned Gotham City. Then only the valiant, the venal, and the insane remained, in the place they called No Man's Land. Jim and Barbara attend the funeral of Sarah Gordon.
I can't hear a word the priest is saying. I can't feel Dick's hand on my shoulder. I can't stop crying.
Barbara tosses a handful of dirt into Sarah's grave.
And the thoughts beat around one another in my head. And I can't stop wondering. Wondering about my dad, who lost his wife.
Lieutenant Essen was a hero. Everyone here knows that. If there's anything I can do, Commissioner, for you or your daughter.
No. Thank you, Mr. Luthor.
Lex Luthor shakes Gordon's hand.
Be it the way.
Poor man. Can you imagine?
Should have killed the Joker then and there.
Wondering about the madman who stole Sarah from us.
See you tonight?
Sure. The madman who put me in this chair. Joker. Wondering how one man can cause a family so much pain.
Batman observes from far away.
I always called her Sarah. And now it's too late to call her Mom.
Batman comes to pay his respects.
It's December 31st, the last day of the year. The last day of the No Man's Land. And most of all, I wonder...
Was it worth it, Batman?
Bruce has no answer. Endgame, Epilogue. Days of Auld Lang's Syne. Can you imagine the PR nightmare if Joker had murdered just one of those infants? We owe Lieutenant Essen a debt of thanks. She's allowed our plan to reach fruition. Everything ready for tonight's gala?
You're expected at the Valencia Tower at 2200 hours to ring in the new millennium with media darling Bruce Wayne. Over 100 reporters have already RSVP'd.
Great. We're ready, Mercy. You have the data? Mercy hands Luthor the discs.
Catwoman wasn't as tough as she imagined.
None of them is. Just ask the boy in blue. Let's acquire some real estate, shall we? How are you feeling?
Let's just get to work.
Search for Harding.
Already done. Nicholas J. Harding has been uploaded to the State Bureau of Land Management's records. Which means Luthor is on the move.
It means he's just forged title to almost 3/4 of all the property in Gotham City.
It still doesn't make sense to me. Does he really think that if he forges the records, the real owners won't contest his claim?
It doesn't concern him. The owners of 67.5% of the property Luthor just uploaded died in the quake. Of the remaining 32.5, only 7% have the financial wherewithal to take Luthor to court, where they'll lose. Even if he's charitable and settles, Luthor will ultimately have bought all the real estate at roughly 0.4% of market value.
That's why you told Lucius Fox about Harding.
Precisely. And that's why Bruce Wayne is meeting Fox this evening.
I'll keep monitoring the BLM.
Barbara, shouldn't you be at the wake? Batman vanishes. The Gotham police gather to remember Sarah at Gordon's home. Police and more. But you know the thing...
Another drink? Anyone? Anyone?
Saying they'll have heat to Burnley before...
Then there was that time the lieutenant brought down Croc. Oh yeah. And then that rookie, that kid, he said, "Gee whiz, Lieutenant, I didn't know you knew how to wrestle a gator."
Yo, shut up, all of you. I want to propose a toast to Lieutenant Sarah Essen. We'll never forget her or her sacrifice. She was the best of us.
She was the best of us. Remember that time she used a pencil to arrest Pokey McNeil? Told me if I was going to do that, I should wash my hands first.
Renee sees Jim sitting alone in his garden, head in his hands. Robin and Nightwing patrol what remains of No Man's Land.
Dad would flip if he knew I was back here after everything he went through to get me out of Gotham.
Helicopter rescue. Can't beat that.
It's embarrassing, that's what it is. How's the funeral? How's Oracle doing?
Funeral was sad. As for Oracle, figured I'd drop by tonight, see if she needed some company.
So it's serious?
Huh?
Dude, New Year's Eve. Ringing in the new millennium? Guess we know who you'll be kissing at midnight, huh?
Lucius Fox comes to Bruce Wayne's room as he dresses for a New Year's ball celebrating the end of No Man's Land. Can't this wait? Not so tight, Alfred. It's important, Bruce. Remember when you called me, you said you'd talk to a man named Harding? No? Trust me, you did. Said Harding had sold his land to Luthor. I did some checking. Nick Harding doesn't exist. Whoever you talked to was trying to tip you to some major fraud. I don't understand. I'll skip the details. All you need to know is that it looks like Luthor had been tampering with official documents. That's why he's been here all along. He wants to own Gotham. Lex Luthor? I had no idea, Lucius. This is the proof. These are notarized copies of the actual deeds, as well as Luthor's forgeries. I'm going to present them to Luthor, see what he has to say for himself. Should I come with you? Won't be necessary, Bruce. I'll handle it myself. You enjoy the party. And Happy New Year. You too, Lucius. Lucius leaves, and Bruce immediately starts taking off his tuxedo. Luthor will listen to what Lucius has to say, and then he'll kill him. Then you'd best prevent that, sir. Bruce puts on his work clothes. Gordon asked me if it was worth it. Standing at his bride's grave, he asked me if it was worth it. And what did you tell him, sir? Nothing. I didn't have an answer. Perhaps you will find one tonight. Batman leaps out into the night. Jim and Barbara Gordon walk the red carpet at the event.
Believe how quick they got this place finished.
Said Luthor for a Nobel Prize.
Didn't think he'd be here. What with his wife and
DZ's creeping back into the city.
I can think of at least 100 other places I'd rather be right now.
Me too.
Sarah was always better at these things. She always knew what to say, how to act. I'm lost without her, Barbara.
I know, Dad.
Dick Grayson joins them.
There's your date.
He's not my date, Dad. Certainly not tonight. I better go head him off at the pass.
Have fun.
High above the party, Batman waits outside Lex's window.
A party to attend, Mr. Fox.
Let's make this fast, shall we? I'm hoping this will be brief. I was updating our records in preparation for Wayne Enterprises' return to Gotham, and I came across some incongruities.
Of what sort?
I think the documents speak for themselves. Mercy hands Luthor Fox's papers. This is clearly irregular. I agree. I hope you're not implying fraud on my part, Lucius. Certainly not. It's obviously an attempt to slander you by implying that your interest in Gotham is less than philanthropic. If this were to be leaked to the media, I think we can keep this quiet, Lucius. No need to involve the press. I'll have my people look into it. You don't mind if I keep these? Not at all. I've got copies. Glad we were able to sort that out, Lex. See you at the party, Lex. Lucius leaves the office.
Mercy, kill him before he gets downstairs.
Yes, sir. Mercy dashes across the room, reaching for the door. Before she can open it, the door bursts in as Batman kicks it off its hinges. He lands before Mercy, and she kicks him in the face and follows with a sock to the chin. Batman slams his palm into Mercy's chin, knocking her back. Mercy swings again and strikes a glancing blow, but Batman blocks her next punch.
You're good.
He catches her arm,
Just not good enough.
and throws her across the room.
Vigilante?
I warned you a month ago. Batman grabs Lex by his tie.
This is my town.
They stare each other down, but Lex relents.
Gotham's not for sale. If you leave now, you can be in Metropolis by midnight.
Batman leaves him. Everyone waits to ring in the new year at Leslie's clinic when Dick arrives there.
1 minute, everybody. 59, 58,
Got real champagne.
Hey, Helena, I brought you
29,
28, 27.
Weeds.
What are you doing here?
I wanted to see you.
21, 20, 19, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8,
He kisses her.
3, 2, 1.
The flowers lie forgotten on the floor. Jim Gordon sets 2 champagne flutes on Sarah's grave.
Should old acquaintance be forgot and never brought to mind? Should old acquaintance be forgot and days of auld lang syne? For auld lang syne, my dear, for auld lang syne, we'll take a cup of kindness yet for auld lang syne. Happy New Year, sweetheart. I love you.
Sarah lies under the ground of Gotham City, but she will not be forgotten. Bruce leaves 2 roses by his parents' grave and pays his respects. He turns to Gotham City and sees the New Year's Eve fireworks exploding over the city's skyline. The end. Rather than leave you with just my paltry thoughts on this excellent story, I'll instead give you Denny O'Neill's thoughts in the form of this letter from the editor printed in the final issue's letter column. From the den. I am fated to journey hand in hand with my strange heroes. Nikolai Gogol. And what a year-long journey No Man's Land has been. It started when my stalwart fellow editor, Jordan B. Gorfinkel, came to work on a Monday morning, handed me a sheet of papers, and said, "You'll probably hate this." This was a 12-page outline Jordan had done, unasked, over the weekend. A proposal for a year-long storyline about a Gotham City exiled from the rest of the country. I didn't hate it. I was a little afraid of it. This was pretty radical stuff. But I was also intrigued, and I wondered if it might not solve a problem my colleagues and I had been quietly discussing among ourselves, which was, our jobs had become too easy. Scott Peterson, Darren Vincenzo, Jordan, and I were putting out 12 books a month, solid professional comics that no one was finding much fault with, and we'd all been doing it long enough to be good at it. But we knew, just doing our jobs. Boredom was sniffing at our campsite. Well, we weren't at all certain we could make No Man's Land work. And there was a distinct possibility that we'd fall on our collective face if we tried. Nothing like the prospect of a very public humiliation, a little day-to-day terror, to make boredom scamper off into the darkness. No Man's Land got even more radical after Paul Levitz and Mike Carlin agreed to let us do it. Paul suggested that we not only experiment with content, but that we implement new ways of working with the creative folk. So we opted to assign story arcs, not titles. If a given storyline began in Batman, crossed over into Detective, and ended in Shadow of the Bat, all 3 parts would be done by the same creative team. And we decided to experiment with the kinds of creators we'd use. So we recruited writers from other media and artists who'd never done our characters. Finally, we agreed to abandon every bit of conventional wisdom regarding what superhero stories had to be. We'd concentrate on character, theme, and drama, and forget rules about how episodes begin, how much physical action they have to incorporate, and how long an arc has to be. Then we had a couple of meetings with writers, tweaked Jordan's outline, and, fingers crossed, beseeching heaven, began the journey. I later learned that there were skeptics in the comic business who expected us to fail. In short, we didn't. Credit our success to the best staff in comics. Jordan, Darren, Scott, and later, Joe Illidge, Matt Idelson, and Frank Berrios, and a group of extraordinarily talented, cooperative, and generous writers and artists. And credit to you readers who are willing to trek into the unknown beside us. You're probably reading this a week or two before the end of the year, and the century, and the millennium, while we are already preparing next spring's books for the printer. No Man's Land is, for us, already history, but we haven't forgotten it, and we won't. It has given us new techniques, enlarged our vision of what commercial comics can be, rekindled enthusiasm for our jobs, we no longer fear boredom, and renewed our faith in you, our audience. You've proven that you're worthy of our best efforts, and that, my friends, is the nicest gift you can give us. Thank you all. We hope you like what comes next. Dennis O'Neil, September 1999. Well, I certainly hope you've enjoyed this presentation of Batman No Man's Land. It was an unprecedented event even for the Bat books, which had set a trend by 1999 of having bigger and bigger events through the 90s, all of which damaged the city and finally culminated in No Man's Land and a reset to the new status quo afterwards. Batman would finally graduate to the modern version we know today with perhaps his greatest victory, saving Gotham from its abandonment, or at the very least making sure it survived long enough to be saved in the end. Batman would also take a backseat in JLA during the event, owing to his needing to be in Gotham more than ever and thus having less time for League duties, but when that book needed him he would still appear in some stories. You may have noticed Batman's costume changing a lot during the event as well. And while I think this was mostly an editorial choice to not rein in the artists and to let them each decide his costume's colors, the particular shades of blue, gray, and black, for each story as it best suited them, in-universe I like to explain this by thinking Bruce varied his selection of Batsuits in order to perhaps make crooks think there was more than one Batman at work. The all-black costume would eventually become the standard, though. There would also be more Bat events which tied all the books together, of course, but for many fans, the peak of them would always be No Man's Land. So while we may well return to Gotham at some point, for now this marks the end of my series of Batman events. This was a long and difficult project for me, and I'm dedicating this program to my faithful and now lost compatriot, my cat George Clooney. I'd had him for about 18 years, since I was a young man, and he was the sweetest cat I'd ever had, and we had fostered quite a few cats in our time. George was a great comfort. No matter how large my workload or how low my spirits, he could always pick them up again and remind me there was more to life than my computer screen and the world of fiction. Now that this is complete, I'm ready to move on and get a new cat, and I know that's what George would have wanted. He loved people as well as cats, and his was the most generous soul. I'll always love you, George. Goodbye, and farewell. And goodbye to you all as well, for now. Please do take care out there, and hug your own pets tight, or whatever your loved ones may be. And as always, thanks for watching.